What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? Welcome to RossonARI TV, guys. We just witnessed history. History happened today. Milan hasn't had such a bad start in Serie A for it's been almost 100 years since Milan hasn't had such a bad start in Serie A. Who is to blame? Who is to blame? That is the question. That is the question. But anyway, guys, everybody, welcome to the post match. Like always, we're going to go give our opinions and then we're going to open it up. And Nathan, what's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
Doing good. Thank you. Thank you. Look, listen, this is the thing that people need to understand. This shit doesn't piss me off anymore. I told you guys, my brain, I'm on holiday, right? Like we've been complaining about this shit for 14 months now. So like today's performance is just like, okay, it's normal. This is what it is, this is the way it is. So it's not like actually I enjoyed today. I watched the Parma Napoli. I enjoyed watching that game. That was a really good game. Obviously we're going to talk about Lazio Milan. So let me go first, then Nathan, you go, and then we'll see who joins, and then we'll open up. Yeah. So first of all, obviously the first half started pretty decent. I looked at the team. The team looked compact. The defensive line wasn't all the way in the final third of the opposition, and that was definitely something new there. But the team was compact, and they looked good off the ball. The positioning looked good off the ball. But, for the people that have an eye for this shit, you have to also say that Lazio looked like pure hot garbage trash in the first half. I don't know how some of those players even made it to becoming professionals. But what I learned in the second half, to make a long story short, is that the only reason why Milan looked good in the first half is because Lazio played like shit in the first half. That's it. Because as soon as Lazio started fucking playing a little bit of football, starting to push the envelope, starting to get their tuning right, all of a sudden Milan crumbled like always. And this is now 4 goals that we can see the exact same way. 4 goals in a row. It could be more than 4 because I don't even remember the goals that we conceded against Torino, what they look like. But it's been exactly the same play for 4 goals in a row. 4 goals in a row. So the moral of the story is this. What we saw in the first half was an illusion. It was a mirage. When you're in the desert and you're really thirsty and you see water in the horizon, you see palm trees. Yeah, that's a mirage. It's not true. What we saw in the first half was 100% not true. The truth is that any team that, as soon as any team finds a little bit of rhythm, finds a little bit of space, a little bit of conviction, they can break us down. Doesn't matter who is on the pitch. Doesn't matter. With this management, getting coaches like Fonseca, who is not a super top level coach, and guys, I put this on Twitter the other day. I blame the management. I don't even blame the coach. I blame the management. The management put the coach in this situation. The summer was not prepared, was not managed. The summer was mismanaged. The summer was not managed to play football. The summer was managed to save money. So at the end of the season, they can say, we are the Scudetto financial balance sheet winners, 1. 2, the summer was used to do marketing. The summer was not used to prepare the team for the Serie A. So now you have a coach that is mid-tier in a situation like this. I feel bad blaming him. I honestly feel bad blaming the guy. But at the end of the story, it's always the same thing. Nothing has changed. Any team that just wants to, as soon as they put the foot on the gas, it's party on, and I think we kind of got lucky that we didn't lose the game in the end. But yeah, same story as usual. Of course, the big topic today is going to be Leao and Theo Hernandez. Should have they been starting from the beginning or not? But guys, that's all I got to say. It's been 14 months. I was pissed off 14 months ago. I was pissed off 14 months. I was pissed off the whole. Now I'm not even pissed off anymore. It's just okay. Yeah, this is what we're going. What do you think it's going to be any different next week, or the week after, or the week after, and the week after? It's always going to be the same shit. As long as these people are owning the club, running the club, you're not going to get a serious team. The key word should be seriousness. The difference between our competition is the seriousness. Juventus is a very serious club. They take the sporting aspect very seriously. Inter, serious. Napoli now, serious. Milan is not a serious club. If you hire from Fonseca, you're not a serious club. If your DS is Moncada and Furlani, you're not a serious club. If Ibra being a clown on Instagram, now being why is Ibra on holiday that way? That's the guy that is supposed to be managing your PR and whatnot. You're not a serious club. If your owner, when he bought Milan, didn't even know that Milan had 7 Champions Leagues, that is not a serious club. We are not a serious club. So this is what we're going to keep on seeing. Not a serious club. Unseriousness. AC unseriousness. That's who we are. Yeah, that's all I got to say. And that's it. I'm done. Nathan, you go ahead. What did you think? And then Pete, and then we'll open it up.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything you said. Even though Lazio played like absolute shit in the first half, they honestly probably should have had a goal in the first half, especially in the very beginning of the game. But you know, Lazio being Lazio, I mean, they can't sustain that type of gameplay all the time. And well, we took the lead, but other than that, I mean, as always, like the team just doesn't. There's no follow through on anything. And I agree. Like if you hire Fonseca, and one of the premises of hiring him is that he's good with young players, and then he doesn't actually use any of these players, then what's the point? Like, don't come out and say things and then not even follow through, which these guys have not followed through on anything that they've actually said other than the fact that we have to sell in order to buy big players. That's the only thing they actually followed through on when they actually spoke about stuff. So, I mean, this is honestly, this is to be expected. I'm not surprised. I don't think hopefully the remainder of the fans should not be surprised about what's going on.
Yep. Yeah. Peter, what about you, man?
Yeah, I think we're pretty lucky that Lazio had a poor game. If it's another team that's on their game, we're not walking out with a draw. You seen when Lazio started pushing, we started to collapse. So something needs to be done. Something needs to be changed. I don't know if the Leao and Theo benching them was the right thing to do, but I think we had a bit more control than what we did in the first 2 games. But everything else you said before was 100% correct. They used the preseason as just marketing, not to set up. If you want to guarantee top 4 every year, then build your team to win. That's the only way you're going to guarantee it. Don't just build a team thinking that, mediocrity is going to get you top 4, because it's not going to happen. Build a team to win, and if you don't win, at least you're guaranteed, that top 4 spot. Like, build a team to be close, to be in contention. At the moment, we're not close. So we have to pretty much now rely on the way we're built is everyone else to collapse the same way we are. Pretty much what happened last season, where all the other teams were pretty much Roma, Napoli, they all collapsed. So we need to rely on that to happen again this season. I'm pretty positive on that.
Yep. All right. What about you, Clint? What did you think? And then we'll go as easy.
Man, first of all, I want to add this. It's and I'm gonna be quick because I'm leaving. I think the team lacks personality, and it's the reflection of the coach. I think this guy has no personality. From what I'm seeing, like I said I'm giving him until December, but he lacks personality because you can just see in the intensity level that we play. Yes, we look decent and we string play. There's some positives, but I'll state my negatives first. The lack of personality, you just see like the complacency. I mean, even when you look at the goals, like the Real, I mean, people are not really running back, and this is the beginning of the season. And you're thinking with a new coach, I know there's new players in, but you'll think it will spark something. And I just don't understand. If he's just so tactical based, also, I cannot wait for him to now start meeting actually like the coaches or like the teams and really in the top six, which we can say Lazio is part of the Seven Sisters, right? But you're struggling against already, I don't want to say City B, City Chi coaches already. I mean, what happens when you playing Conte and all these guys? Yes, they might not have the best teams compared to ours, but from a tactical standpoint, like I'm looking, like I haven't been really convinced yet. You know, I feel like he hasn't even corrected his mistakes from the previous games just based on the goals, the way we got scored on. So how's that not even being taken care of? We got scored the same way today. You look at these two goals, how? And he's passive on the sideline, bro. He's not yelling. You don't see no intensity. So, yes, I'm not trying to give him another personality. Maybe he's not accustomed to as an individual, but yeah, I'm looking. I like looking at the behavior because I don't want to go too tactical with the stuff. Like, and I can speak tactics all day as well, but it's just for me, the behavioral standpoint for me, it's a big like question mark because when Champions League starts, boy, I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay, this is a display we're getting now. How does they get better in the Champions League, right? How better are we gonna fare when we're playing Liverpool, we're playing Madrid? Because this time you can't escape around, and I don't know. It's just for me, his body language to me is just completely off. That's really what I want to add regarding Fonseca. Now, how this season goes, like I said, I wait until December to get my assessment, but it's just I don't know. It's not convincing, man. It's really sad. It's already sad, bro. I ain't
All
gonna
right,
lie.
yeah.
Yeah.
ZZ, what's up, man? How about you? What
Hey,
did you think?
hey, how you doing? For me personally, I think this was about tactics and about choices. How does Tirachanu play 90 minutes? How does Ruben Loftus-Cheek play 90 minutes? And it seems that you've already lost Teo Hernandez and you've lost Leao, right? They're going to say, "Oh, I don't know if you guys saw this, but during the water break, those two players are on the other side of the field while the rest of the players are with the coach." This was supposed to be Fonseca's like great job, his man management. It was poor. It was a terrible decision. And I think those two players, if you think about it, they're the one who are getting the blame for the loss to Parma when a bunch of other players were at fault for that. For me, I'm looking at Pavlovic, great clearance, good goal, but he was at fault for a lot today after that.
Both
I think
goals.
if you look at the second goal, it's his fault. I mean, there's a lot of faults to go around, but if you look at Pavlovic, look at that goal. Look at how he loses his man. He tries to grab him, he lets him go, and he watches him tap it in. There's a lot of fault to go all around. I'm not saying that it's just his fault. I'm saying that if you're Teo or you're Leao and you're the one who's getting all the fault for the debacle against Parma, then of course you're going to be upset. And I think the two of them are upset, and they should be. So the way I look at it is, for me, I do want to blame Fonseca because I think Fonseca is the one that is. It's not just about players. I think that this team has a lot of talent on it. But when you're playing Terrachanu for 90 minutes, like, what do you think's going? The guy got beat. He was lazy. He did all the things that people yelled at Teo Hernandez for. He was doing the exact same thing. So for me, I look at it as a coaching philosophy problem. And yes, the management deserves it. Deserves a lot of that smoke because they could have went after Mota, but they didn't. They could have went after De Zerbi, and De Zerbi has been begging for the Milan job for so long. Yet the problem is we have no patterns of play. There is no passing. There is no way for us to create something in a consistent, methodical way. Teams are able to do that with us. They go down our right-hand side. They first they pull on the left, then they switch it to the right, and then they cross it. It's the identical goal that we are conceding over and over and over again. So for me, I look at it as, and we're thin in the midfield because our management doesn't even know how to plan properly. They have too many foreigners, so they can't even bring in people. So we have to get rid of somebody like Yassine Adli. And who do we have? We have Fofana, who isn't match fit, who's playing a full 90. Reinders looked bad today. Like, what happens? Like, we can't even play Benacer. Like, these are the problems that are happening at the management level. And I think at the coaching level, we see somebody who only can play, and I'll finish with this. Fonseca only looks like he can play and create a system when the other team when there are lower expectations. But when there are actual expectations on the team, when he actually has to create something, when another team will not just give up chances, he is completely lost. He has no idea what to do. And I think it's terrible what has been done. So yeah.
And cooking them.
Yeah. Well, guys, I mean, there's nothing positive to say. So, all right. So let's talk about the big elephant in the room, Theo Hernandez Leao. What did you guys make out of this? Do you think the locker room is done? Do you think it was the right choice? I don't know. Who wants to go for it first?
I think it was the right choice.
Yeah, why? Go ahead.
I think it's the right choice because at Milan, these guys are supposed to be considered, the superstars. Like, they're supposed to be all world-class players. But if you're going to be considered as world-class at Milan, you got to put in effort. And even if you have a crap game, you at least need to, work your balls off. Like, you need to be getting stuck in, be physical, like, do something. Like, the last game, Theo literally decided not to run back and help with Parma's first goal. Like, that's unacceptable. I don't care what type of beef you have with the management or whatever. You still got to at least do, you got to control the controllables. And what you can control is the amount of effort you put in while you play. And the same thing with the layout, too. If you guys notice the difference, one of the big things in the first half was that Chuk and Pulisic, when they lost the ball, they busted their ass to get back on defense. And that's a big thing. So I think it was the right thing. I think it was the right thing for them to do that.
I'll go
have
next.
To disagree. Oh, sorry.
I'll go next. Actually
Sorry,
disagree as well. No. Don't worry, bro. I disagree as well because I think these are your key players, and aside from their mentality, it's about match fitness. Like, you got to get him playing, you got to get him match fit, because they're going to start slow anyway. But if you get him to play, if Lau scores a goal, that switches him up, and all of a sudden he's got that energy and he's getting into the mood. But like this, same thing with Theo. Theo is a slow starter every season. You got to have him play. He's got to get match fit. These are the guys that are going to solve the big games in the future. So, and the other thing is, these are supposed to be the leaders of a team. By demoting them, you're creating such a weird situation in the locker room. How are you going to come back from that? Like, you made these guys look like idiots now. They're supposed to be the leaders of the team. So I disagree. I see what you're saying, Nathan. I think you said a lot of good stuff there, but I wouldn't have done that. As a manager, I wouldn't have done that. I would have stuck to the superstars of the team. And if I lose, I lose with them. Zizi, go ahead.
I completely disagree, Nathan, with all due respect. I think that Fonseca tried to cover it up by saying, "Oh, well, Theo there was a fitness issue. He wasn't ready." Then do you know what he should have done if that's the truth? Then Fonseca should have said, "It's my fault. I pushed Theo to play when he wasn't ready, and it's my responsibility." But no, what did he do after the Parma game? He said he was like, "I take responsibility," and then all he did was complain about the players not caring. So I'm sorry. Like, I think whatever he tried to do, it didn't work. And for me, I don't care that Chuck worked hard defensively. You know why he had to work defensively so hard? Because he kept on losing the ball. He can't use his right foot, and he's trash. So, like, yeah, I'm glad that he ran really hard, but he did nothing outside of that. Like, that's all he did. And for me, if you're going to the only two players that he benched, besides Calabria, who, by the way, why isn't he playing instead of Terracciano, who can't? Like, Terracciano was garbage today.
Calabria
So
should have played today, yeah.
He should have.
Over
how-
Emerson Royale. He should have played over
Because that's-
Emerson Royale.
Because
I
that's
mean-
what the fans want. That's what the fans in the San Siro want. They don't want to see Calabria. They jeered him for the last 2 games. So they're
Fine.
doing whatever they can to make the fans in the stadium happy. They don't want to see him. So that's it. They're done with him.
Well, that's
I
great.
want
but
Calabria. I want
winning,
Calabria to play.
sorry. Winning is what changes. And I feel like today, if you're going to bench your 2 best players, okay, then you have to win. And we didn't. And we looked bad. We scored a corner goal, and other than that, we looked lost. Okafor was supposed to be the striker, but the only thing that he did well was when he was on the wing, and him and Pulisic kept on getting in each other's way. Ruben Loftus-Cheek literally does nothing. And yet he's the one that plays week in, week out. Like, I'm sorry, like, I know, Calabria, people don't like him, people do like him, but if Terrachanu was so bad today that I don't understand, you have an extra sub, put on Calabria. Put on Gabia as a right back. Do something. Like, Terrachanu does nothing. So for me, it's like you've lost your 2 most important players, and they're the ones that have carried us for the last few years, and it didn't even work. Like, sometimes you're going to have to, sometimes it works with some people, sometimes it doesn't. And it clearly didn't work with them because they're the ones that took the heat for a loss that was on Fonseca.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But they are the ones that they made it seem as if it's their fault. It's
Everything
Theo
was supposed to be their fault, and that's not fair.
That's not. You're going to lose him like that.
They did.
Lose him. Yeah, they did lose him.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Pete. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm okay with the benching of Leao. So I'm 50-50, one to the other. So I didn't like them benching Hernandez because I know he needs minutes and time to play. But I was okay with them benching Leao because in 2 games, Leao did shit all in the first 2 games. So I was okay with them benching Leao and just teaching him, hey, listen, you need to start pulling your finger out and doing more if you want to be this so-called superstar player, Ballon d'Or player or whatever, which he always talks about and always puts himself in the spotlight. So I think that was the right thing to do with Leao, benching him and teaching him, hey, listen, you might be the superstar of the team, but there's no excuses. We need to win games. And at the moment, you're not putting in those performances for us to win games. I think for Theo Butt, I think he should have started the game because of of the slow start into the season, which always happens with him. So I'm a bit torn between the 2 players. I agree with Nathan more on the benching of Leao, and I agree with you more on the Theo Hernandez side.
All right.
Yeah.
Abdi, what's up, my man? How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I mean, the game in terms of the game, I think really and truly, like, we created some good chances here and there. I mean, look, up until those 2 goals happened, it was a pretty even game. I mean, we weren't creating nothing. Lazio weren't creating nothing. And I think really and truly, when the first goal went in, it was a catalogue of errors. I think Fofana made a missed pass, and Guendouzi put in a ball to, was it Zakani or the striker? And it was just a catalogue of errors. Then as soon as they scored that goal, the atmosphere ramped up, and Nuno Tavares went on a tear and opened us up. Now, when I think Fonseca made a mistake whereby he didn't put on the subs quick enough. I think after that first goal, he should have immediately put them on for them to create a change in the game. But I mean, look, those goals was so horrible to concede. And Emerson Royale, we have to speak about Emerson Royale. He was rubbish today. I think we can all agree he was horrible. And really and truly, I think Terrachano did a better job than
I agree with that.
Emerson. I think he really did a better job. Him being a youngster and Emerson Royale being, playing at Spurs, Terrachano did much better than him in that position. So I don't think we can put a lot of blame on Terrachano. He did his best.
Yeah, I don't think Terrachano was that bad.
I want to add this though. One thing I realized also is, like, first of all, and I love, I'm a big TJ, Tijani Rangers advocate. That's my guy. My man cannot be in no double pivot. The problem also, one thing I realized is like you're doing this double pivot, you don't have. I don't care. To this day, Benacer's still our best midfield. People can complain about injury prone. I don't give a fuck. He's still like the best, bro. When recovery in the back, when he gets that ball, he know what to do. We don't have that no more, and you can just see it, bro. Like you, because if you're gonna be stick to that, you're gonna get stuck on that stupid ass double pivot. Then you don't have the guy to really pull the strings from the back, and you see it. You want to go up top, and then up top, people like Okafor, they're not proper nines. And it was a fresh air seeing Tammy Abraham, even though I don't rate the guy, to be honest with you. But that's one thing. This whole Benacer situation too, that's another mess because I'm trying to realize why do they want to push him out, or he's the one that wants to leave. We need more transparency because like the management right now, bro, like it's just such a bad look. And the reason why it's gonna be a bad look, I insist again, like I said on the previous streams, is this was one of the only summers where there was like a plethora of fucking coaches ever. And I don't think it's gonna happen again. And
No,
that's the
not like
choice.
in this volume.
Because if we knew we were getting Fonseca, I promise you would have been like, yo, we need to keep Lopetegui. Because Lopetegui is like 80 times better than this dude. That's a fact.
They're both mediocre.
But do you know what I think? Do you know what I think? The issue goes beyond just the idea of if Reinders has a bad game or Leao has a bad game or Benacer has whoever, you should have a system and an organization and a style of play that means that you can your best players can have a bad game. If you look at the best teams, their players can have bad games. If you look at Inter, what Simone does is it's okay. Like he has a style of play. They are organized. People know what they're supposed to do. Every game, it is about us. What are we doing? We're improvising every single game. It's the same thing that Pioli had. He just has an amazing team. I think this team is actually very good, but you can't have organization is extremely important at this level. And what I see is a complete lack of organization. Like just watch the difference between us and Inter. And by the way, Acerbi, didn't Milan fans used to all clown on Acerbi? Didn't they used to clown on Darmian? How many people here liked Hakan Çalhanoğlu? Everyone said that he was trash. Now all of a sudden he's a great player. It's not rocket science. It's the idea of an organized versus a disorganized team. So the thing is, I don't think it's about because Reinders has shown in a double pivot that he can do well. He had a bad game. That's going to happen because they're human beings. So it's to me, the larger issue is we have no patterns of play. We have no system, no principles. We just have a general shape, and we hope that everyone just gets bailed out. We hope that Pavlovic can continue to bail out. Tomori can bail out. People can just, Mike, play stands on their head. There is no system or structure here. And that is what I was complaining about with Pioli, and that's what we've continued on with Fonseca. At least we could have. Yeah.
I think, boss. No, the reason why I say no, I don't think Reinders can play that. The reason why, and don't get me wrong, he's really talented. I think he should be moved far up the pitch. Like he should be whatever RLC was playing today, that position he was playing in. That's where Reinders should be. I don't even think these two can actually play together. It's either one or the other. I don't think both of them should be in one game because that's what really creates also that vacuum sometimes. The reason why I say that is because when Reinders loses the ball, the recovery compared to if Benacer loses the ball, Benacer has good recovery. I think he's one of the best at recovering the ball.
Yes.
That's why I always feel like, for me,
and he knows how to build from the back.
And for me, my ideal double pivot would be a Benacer and Fofana. I think if you can get that down pat and keep it, I think we're going to be more balanced. I promise you, we're going to be more balanced because Benacer is technical. You have both. And what I'm seeing from Fofana, I like it. I think he just need to get match fit, and that motherfucker is going to be a tank for sure. And that's the only reason. And I love Reindeers, but I think Reindeers should be they really should put Reindeers in the fucking 10th position or have him in that 4-3-3.
I agree with you. We just need more options. We have no options. If Reinders has a bad game because he's a human being and we're cooked, and the fact that we use Ruben for 90 minutes the last two games, what has he done? What has he done for the last 90 minutes that he gets to play 90? I don't get it.
Guys, but what do you think about this Benacer issue? So through reports, we came to find out that Benacer does not have. He has no intention of renewing with Milan. He wants to go. He wants to leave. Milan is happy to sell him. What do you think about this? Do you think he can contribute to the team?
Benacer,
Yeah.
I think, is our second
Yes.
best midfielder out of everyone. He's quality.
I think he's our best midfielder. I don't even think
Yeah.
second best. I think he's our
But
best.
I'm talking about his mental state. Like
No, I think
he's
he's
not
not.
invested. He's not
I
invested.
think he's not invested at all in Milan anymore. I
not
think he wants
invested.
out.
Right.
Because
I
they're
think
trying
he's
to
not
push him out.
invested.
Why
They're
are they
trying to
pushing
push
him out?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
because-
know. I heard that he wants out.
Yeah, he
That's
probably,
what I
and
read.
that's
That's
what
what I
makes
read.
sense. Listen, Roy, it will make sense for him to want out because this is like this next step of their career. What Benacer is like, what 26, 27 now. This is where they get their next payday, like big contract. But you're not about to pay them crumbs. And this is like the perfect window. If he misses this window, that's it. So this is
If
a
he-
window where like they either need to know what are going to be the objectives at this club, because if the objective of this club was just a Scudetto, meaning it's the top, and they already like really they achieved their objective as a player, which you see in the same case as an Osimhen is like, okay, bro, I'm gone. We're probably not gonna win the UCL or another Scudetto. Then I'm gonna go to Saudi Arabia and get a big payday when I'm still fresh. And why not? You know, I've done what I had to do at Milan.
Yeah.
I'm good. And then
No, but the issue.
players need to be re-inspired. That's the thing, right? Players need new motivations, new horizons.
Yeah.
So what are the new horizons right now at the club? I don't know. But
Well,
from
here's
the
the thing:
it might be
if they
done.
wanted to move on from Benacer, why are you waiting this long? You need a new midfielder. That's number one. Okay, that shows you a problem from like the top management. If you know you want to move on from Benacer, okay, let's say they have medical information that Benacer is not going to be the same, so it's time to like move on. Fine, then why are you waiting to the end of the transfer window?
Mismanagement.
Mismanagement. Let's say Benacer wants to go, okay? Just for emotional, maybe he has a family issue and he wants to move to Saudi Arabia. I don't know. The point is, if you know that, then why are you building on him and then trying to move him at the end? It's poor planning. But let's say if Benacer is the one that wants to leave, then get him out so you can get the new midfielder that you need to rely upon, whether that's Rabiot or whether that's Kone, who's now at Roma. Like, get your replacement, because we don't have a good rotation right now. So it's like we could have used Benacer today. So it's like either you move on from him, or why are you putting a guy in this situation where you're waiting at the end, where you don't have leverage? And what are they going to do? Are they waiting for Rabiot? And they don't even have the spots on the list for foreign players to register Rabiot, even if they wanted to. Like things like this. They're the ones who, I'll just finish with this. They're the ones that renewed Jovic when they could have let him go for free. Why? Why were you giving him a foreigner spot? If we got rid of Jovic, then we would get Rabiot right now. But they're not prepared. So it's like they're not prepared on what to do structurally, and they picked a coach who doesn't even know what he's doing on the most basic tactical level. It's a fuck up from top to bottom.
And this is his most powerful team, right? This is Fonseca's most top team ever that he coached. That's a fact. So he's not a proven winner or proven anything. So it's just, for me, like I said, I'm giving him December, but like the first signs is just poor. We're going into the international, and as much as I hated Pioli, I haven't seen that in Pioli's 4 seasons. At least he used to fake with us and give us a couple of points where we thought we were Scudetto contenders. But boy, like this is just like, it's just so bad because 2 points now, and just his body language is off. And I need to understand, and I'm gonna leave it with this. I would just want to understand what are the objectives like this year for management. Like, what are the objectives? Because these players they're buying, I have no clue what the fuck is going on. I have no clue, bro. I have no clue with the Emerson Royale. Like, why did we buy him? I need to know.
They tell us.
Pete, go ahead, and then let's. Red John is here. I want to get Red John.
Yeah,
go ahead, Pete.
Clint, they tell us every season. They tell us every season their objective, just to be top 4. That's it. There's no objective for these guys to win. So that's why they go with these purchases and all that, and all these cheap players. And with the Benacer, why they left it for so long is because he's got that 50 million release clause, and they're just waiting. They're just waiting for people to put in that big clause. Otherwise, they're just going to let him go for nothing. If he didn't have that clause, he would have been up for sale. when he said he wanted out. If he said he wanted out, they would have put him up for sale. But because he said he wanted out and he has that 50 million release clause, that's why they just sat back and waited for something to happen with him.
Yeah, they were hoping that Saudi team would have got him. Yep.
That's correct. Like there was a rumor that there was a 35 million that they would accept. Like towards the end, they started pushing for apparently they said, oh, we'll accept 35 million for Benacer to try and get people to come in straight away and they get the 35 million. But no one did.
But it's crazy that they're even talking about getting rid of someone who really should be paired with
Fofana.
Like that's the obvious, decision to do with the players, and it's like they're
But
so
Benacer
obsessed
is
with
always
trying to
injured, guys. He's always injured.
But they're so obsessed with playing Rangers there when we all know that's not where he plays.
Nathan, I think it's also got to do that Rangers is very investment, and they want to,
Exactly.
Rangers is also a 4-3-3 midfielder.
Protect
That's the other thing.
Exactly.
Roy,
We were playing. We have 4-3-3 midfielders. Sorry.
Protect the Russian asset.
Protect
Rangers,
the
Russian asset. Yeah.
all right, go ahead, GZ, and then Red John. Go ahead.
Reinders is a 4-3-3 midfielder. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is a 4-3-3 midfielder, and we're not. But the thing is, at least Reinders can do a job for you in other spots because he's very talented. So the thing is we're not even using a 4-3-3. We're using this 4-2-3-1, and we had a 10. His name is Yassin Adli, and we sold him. But we never tried him at 10. We tried him as a DM, and then we were wondering what the issue was. Like, to me, I look at it as, you have these 4-3-3 players, and Musa, also a 4-3-3 player. So to me, it's like there are a lot of problems in the way that the team is structured, and they've built a team on there's a foundation for a 4-2-3-1, but they're not even applying players into the best possible way. But again, you haven't created a system, you haven't created a structure, and you're trying to ask players to do something that is not what they're best at, and those are the ones we're relying on. Because think about this: Chukwueze, 28 million. What did he do today that made you think, oh my goodness, we're good? Like, he's trash. He's absolute trash.
Waste bin. That's a waste bin right there, bro. Fuck.
All right, Red John. What did you think about today? What do you got to say, bro? What do you got to say?
Okay.
What do you got to say about yourself, Red John?
About myself?
No, I'm joking. Just go ahead.
Absolutely horrendous game. I heard some people saying that, and I also read some people saying that we improved during the first half. I didn't see that. I thought we were shit throughout the game. Do we have a plan on how, like, once we give the ball to Magnan, which we do every 3 seconds, by the way, apparently now Magnan is most probably the player who touches the ball the most in our team for some reason. But after we give the ball to Magnan, do we have any fucking idea how to get out of that position, or do we just keep on? I don't know, man. Like, I feel like we have no fucking idea whatsoever how to push the ball forward. Zero idea. Zero. Absolutely zero. I don't. What does Fonseca do doing?
What do you expect?
What does Fonseca do during the fucking week, man? Do they ever test this shit? Like, how do we get the ball from Tomori and Pavlovic to Magnan? Okay, we got that part. Magnan gives it back to Tomori. What the fuck do we do then? Because I feel like this is where our players are like, holy shit. Like, what do we do now? Like, absolutely horrendous. So I don't understand people who thought or saw some positives in the first half. Boring. Lazio, by the way, guys, Lazio is horrendous. Like, probably the worst team. Like, when compared to Parma, was Caccio Champagne compared to this Lazio. We had 12 men on the pitch. Lazzari was playing for us, man. He didn't do a single thing good, man. He was playing for us, and we somehow did nothing.
How is Gundazzi a professional player, dude? How is Gundazzi a professional player?
I don't know, but this is absolutely disgusting, bro. Like, absolutely, like, from start to finish. And also, I'm gonna say this other thing. Fonseca today tried to bet on himself, right? He was like, "Fuck these guys, fuck the 2 best players in the team. I'm gonna show them how it's done." And he failed miserably, absolutely horrendous game. And then he had to put them on. They went on. They scored the goal. in 2 seconds. Like, how is this guy now going to the locker room and tell Liao and Theo what to do? Like, Liao and
Mm,
Theo, if I was Theo, I would fucking slap his ass and be like, shut the fuck
No,
up,
no,
bro.
no,
Shut the fuck
no,
up,
no.
for real.
Be,
This is how I see
be
it.
honest. Be
This
honest.
is
Theo and
no.
Liao were horrible last game.
It
Let's be
doesn't
real.
matter, but
It
it
was
does
it
not
was
They're the
matter.
only reason why we scored a goal last game. Actually, that's the
No,
thing.
no. I understand that because I saw again, Theo was the worst player in the pitch. I understand that.
Thank you. Taylor was
Oh
I
no, he had a
understand that.
bad game, and let's keep Ruben
No, but
Loftus-Cheek. I mean, great.
no,
Theo had a
but
bad game, and then
guys,
so then we drop him.
try to understand the point. This is the point. The point is that I understand Theo has these games. Theo sometimes is the worst player in the pitch because for whatever reason he is out mentally. I don't know, right? But when you do something like that, Fonseca today, in my opinion, tried to do a statement. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm the boss here. I have the balls, right? And I'm gonna bench both of you guys, and I'm gonna show you how it's done." And you put Terracciano, who for me is worse than Baro Touré. If you ask me,
What?
he's not a football
Yeah,
player.
I agree.
No, no, no.
He is not a football player. But let's be, bro. Like someone telling me that Terracciano is a football player, I'm ready to fight him on a boxing ring. But
I don't think
whatever, it
anyone
doesn't
thinks
matter.
that,
Yeah.
bro.
But
Fonseca has the balls of somebody that's on steroids. That's exactly
yeah,
if you
so
copy.
so after this performance, when you put them in, and they don't even come, by the way, during the cooling break. I don't know if you saw it, but
Yeah.
both Theo and Lao were there, not even bothering. And then some of the players, because Theo then left an interview after the game, and he was like, "Oh, but we just came in." Yeah, motherfucker. But so did Tommy and Musa. They were there on the cooling break
Yeah.
together with the coach. So clearly, there's a break between the coach and these guys, and the coach bet on himself, failed. So good luck now going into the locker room. And these big guys, who by the way, make twice your salary, because this is the kind of fucking management we have, that they go and they get a coach that gets 2 million, while Theo and Liao get 3 times that. Now
Yeah.
take this guy now, and this guy has to go and tell them what to do, bro. You gotta take a fucking coach with balls,
And
right?
listen, real fast, and then you can go keep on going. If I was the coach, I would be Teo, now get the fuck over here. What are you guys doing? I'm talking to the fucking team. Get over here.
Yeah.
Like, did Fonseca do that? Did you
No,
guys
he
see him do
didn't.
that?
But you need an Antonio Conte, man. You need an Antonio Conte, man. You need a guy.
He has
You need a guy with balls.
imposter
Right?
It's not
he
about
has
that. You need
imposter
somebody that
syndrome.
can get respect.
Right,
Like
he
he
has
doesn't even
imposter
know what
Exactly.
he's doing. Even if you had Deserbi doesn't have the accolades of other managers, but he knows what he's doing.
But he comes
Mota
from
doesn't have
Milan
any
Social.
accolades of any
Okay.
kind, and yet the players are that he knows what he's doing. I think the players are seeing, like, all the players are seeing the same thing. This Fonseca guy has no idea what he's doing. Why am I respecting this man? What has he done to earn respect? If listen, Mourinho has had respect, but he stopped. His tactics got stale, but he was still Mourinho. But this issue is not. This issue is somebody who doesn't have the charisma and doesn't know what he's doing. So I don't know. Like Fonseca was the one who blamed the players after Parma. He said, "I took the responsibility," and then he just blamed the players.
Yeah,
And then he
and
thought that he was going to win today, but he didn't.
here's what I wanted
Guys,
to
but
add. Here's what I wanted to add. The thing is this: you Fonseca, you come out and you say no, you're not gonna single out any other player. That's a collective thing. You know who they are. And this game, you obviously single out the two players, which are Theo and Leao. How are you going to create cohesion? Because if I was him, if you want to create that cohesion, then you drop Ruben, you drop Tomori, you drop all these guys, and then you replace to give a lesson. Then, okay, it's a group thing. But when you put, he's legit creating like a clan. Like you drop our two best players, you're legit sending a statement to everybody to be like, okay, these are the cancers of the locker room. This is all this told me. This is what this is going.
yeah,
And I'm telling you, after the international break, if we don't perform, that we go into another draw and then we lose the derby, that you already know what type of season we're going to have. Either we're going to
I
lose Leao and these people, or I don't know what's
do.
going to happen.
Do you really doubt that we're? Did you watch Inter yesterday? I watched Inter yesterday in horror, bro. In horror, those guys have they touched the ball once, bro. They know exactly where the other guy is. They could have scored 18 goals yesterday. I'm not even exaggerating. 18
I know.
goals. If that game ended 18-0, no one could have said anything. And not just that, but I wanted to say something as well. The reason why Fonseca did not go there and shout to Theo and Liao is because he is not sure that they will come, even if he shouts. Because just imagine it for yourself, man. There's a guy who's breaking your balls, and he's trying to show you something. Then you see that he cannot do it, so he has to put you in, and you go and save the day. Can he shout at you? No, bro, he cannot, because he knows that you're gonna be like, shut the fuck up, because this is how it is. Now, my problem here is the fact that, first of all, the new players. I want to stop a little bit at the new players. Emerson Royal, unwatchable guys. Like, I think everyone and my mom and my nun and my grandfather knew this as well. That this was not the profile you want to go for if you want to replace Calabria, right? Because Calabria is 10 times better than Emerson Royal. That at least I saw during Parma and today, unwatchable. Unrecognizable, I don't know, unreal.
What purpose
15
does he
million,
serve, bro? What purpose does he
50,
serve?
15 million down the drain. He could have set up a village somewhere and have people have a nice life somewhere than wasted on Emerson Real. It doesn't matter. Second of all, in my opinion, Pavlovic is a really good defender, even though the second goal it was entirely his fault. He saved the first goal of Lazio, which again, unbelievable. In the second minute, this game, Lazio was about to score the goal. Pavlovic saved it. Pavlovic, Pavlovic, yeah, of course, because Parma does it. Why shouldn't Lazio do it as well, man? Why not, right? Fuck it, everyone. Uh, uh, some interventions where Terracciano was nowhere to be seen and unbelievably bad at football, whatever. Pavlovic was there to save the day. This, I'm going to say, Pavlovic should not try to play long balls. You're not that guy, my man. You're not that guy. You cannot play long
He's not
balls. He
Bonucci. He's
wasted
not
like
Bonucci.
yeah. You're not Bonucci, my man. You're not Bonucci. You're not gonna do it.
But listen, Pavlovic. Listen,
Giving Lazio possession back.
but guys, can we look? Pavlovic has shown good defensive aggression, that we really need. But all 4 goals, he's been part of that group of players that get caught every single time.
He is.
Like,
He's
no,
tunnel
he-
vision.
But it shows that it's
No,
not
no.
about the players. If
He
Pavlovic
is
comes in
extreme
and
tunnel
shows you
vision.
talent, if he comes in and shows you talent, then that tells you that there is a defensive problem and that there are tactical issues. It's not like we focus on the quality of the
I
players.
agree.
If the
I
same
agree.
thing is happening over and over again, we are disorganized. We have no, like, again, I watched Inter the other day. They are organized. That's the difference.
Yeah.
No Milan fan looks at a Cherubini is like, oh, I miss him. I wish he played for us still, because he was a travesty when he played for us. So it's really
Yeah.
about, do you function in a coherent system? And we don't. Name one attack that we had today where we went through the center of Lazio. Just one. Did we
Zero.
pass through their
Zero.
middle once? Zero. We didn't do anything through their center because there are no passing patterns. There are no
Spot on.
structures.
Spot
There's
on.
nothing. So
Well
that's
played.
the
Yeah.
issue. When if we continuously have the same problem over and over and over again, it's not about the quality. Maybe Moncada is the greatest scout, and every player he gets is like destined to be the greatest. It doesn't matter because the manager that they selected is
You have no system. Yeah.
horrific.
It's bad, bro. It's bad. That's why I wanted, me personally, that's why I wanted De Zerbi so bad, because when it comes down to be able to score goals or pattern of plays to get to the attack, he has that. And I know defensively he's horrible, but with the players we had, I felt like Leao and all that, they could have thrived under his system, or at least that's the illusion I would have had if we had this guy. And he comes from the Milan school of thought. So I would have
I
assumed.
doubt De Zerbi
No.
would be playing defense like this. Like
No,
this
I'm not
is
saying
possible.
defense. Yeah, right.
No, but
I
But at
think
least
we
he'd
would
have an
been-
offense that would score a lot
They would be
and
no,
just
but
organized.
listen. There's also another thing. We started right where we left off last season with Pioli. I feel like
Yeah.
we are conceding
That's
2
what it
goals a game. Like, it's the same fucking. I've seen this movie, man. I've seen this
goals,
movie.
bro.
It's
Six
it's a
goals.
movie in which you have to score 3 goals if you want to get the 3 points.
The 3
Like,
points.
if you score 2,
goals.
if you score 2, it's not enough. So can we please leave this fucking idea of the high line and bullshit like that? Can we play simple
I'm
football?
sick of it.
Well,
That's
not
what
only
I'm saying.
that, but it's the use of
Keep a
possession.
midline.
Sorry. It's
It's
the use of possession as a defensive shield. That's what Motta does. That's what he did at Bologna. That's what That's what Man City does. All the best teams, they use possession as a way to maintain their shape and to be a defensive shield for them. But think about it. We have nobody in the middle who can hold on to the ball and pass it. There is no way for us to function through the center. All we do is we pass from side to side, and then we give it to a winger and hope to God that the winger does something fantastic.
And that's
There are
somebody
no
like Chico.
creative plays through the center.
my,
And that's somebody like Chico
my
there.
question, my question is, how do you define possession here? Because the possession I've seen in these last 3 games, sincerely, is Magnan to Tomori, Tomori to Teo or Terracciano, Terracciano to Magnan, Magnan to the other defender, this guy to Fofana, Fofana to Magnan. Like, what is the fucking possession? Does this
That's
game
another.
No,
It's
no, no,
very
no.
stale. It's a very
fucking
stale possession.
Yeah, I'm
That's
talking
another
about
guy.
possession that actually shifts your opponents out of their shape. When you're talking about when we actually listen, today we didn't go through Lazio center once. We didn't
No,
do
we didn't.
anything through their center. I'm talking about to be able to move the ball. Like if you just watch any other team, like Parma did it to us. Like Parma. So it's like
Parma
I'm
was
not saying
playing
possession
Barcelona
just in our
against us,
back
man.
line.
Playing
I'm talking
Barcelona.
about possession that can create something that at least you can hold on to the ball into the center. We can't do that. We don't have that, and that's coaching.
Also,
Th- th-
also,
This is
guys,
coaching.
one thing
I
we
agree.
didn't
I agree.
realize, right? One person that needs to be on the hot seat is fucking Tomori because there's no leadership in that back line to organize, bro. They're not like our back line. I don't see nobody really organizing like a Koulibaly used to do or like a Chiellini would do. Or some of these defenders will do. Even when you watch the Inter, you see like a Bastoni and a Cherby, like they'll stay organized where people maintain their lines. It's just like these motherfuckers just run off and they go off script and they do their own thing. And then
I
they look at
disagree.
each other how we get scored on. And it's the same thing. I always pay attention to them. You have the armband today, boy. You had the fucking
Yeah.
armband for the first
No,
time. And
I
didn't see
Tomori
agree
was
with you
bad
too,
passing,
but
but great defensively today. I think
I,
he was
I
horrible
don't
today.
think I don't think he was great defensively today because if it wasn't for Pavlovic and if it was for Tomori, Lazio would have scored in the second minute today
I think
because Tomori got
Pavlovich
fooled.
gets moved out because Emerson goes too high, and then yes, Tomori went after the guy. I
Yeah.
don't think the center backs were the problem today. I mean,
No,
I don't.
it's
They
not. It's
can't
not about.
pass.
It's not
no,
about
but
them being the problem, but it's like the communication factor, organizing that back line so they don't get caught off guard.
But the
I
thing
don't
is,
see.
there's no
I used to see that with
organization
Chuck.
for them to tell
there's
people what to do. There's no
exactly.
like what is
I
Tomori gonna
agree
do?
with
He's
you.
gonna
Yeah.
tell people, please do the thing. Oh, we don't know what to do because our coach doesn't know how to actually organize
Yeah,
us.
no, but
There's nothing for them to tell
it's a
people.
fact. No, but I agree. It's a fact. There is no system. There is no cohesion between the players. Players just do random stuff, and today's game reminded me when I used to play in calcetto with my friends. Man, you just go there. You just go around. You have no plan. You just pass the ball to someone random. He passes it back. Like you have no structure, no ideology, nothing that gets you from point A to point B. Zero.
Because
You just go. You just go, and you hope that I don't know. Someone from Lazio is going to do a mistake, so you can finally pass the ball. Otherwise, you just pass to Magnan.
you just
Literally,
pass the
this
ball. And that's why
what we
I
do. It's
used to
crazy.
like. That's why personally I used to, even though he was slow, but I used to like Chiara because Chiara used to be organizing that back line all the time. It wasn't like the most clean or most of the time, but he used to be organizing that back line. You see him yelling, shouting. No personality
Also,
whatsoever in that back line, bro. Only
also
putting their
for
hands in the air. Fucking
also
come on.
for Fofana, I don't want to talk trash about him yet because this guy came 1 week ago and it's the first game that he is playing, right? Of course, because we get the fucking players after the season has started, right? We don't get the players to have a preseason, even though with this fucking Fonseca guy, it doesn't even matter if you have a preseason or not, right? You're still gonna play like shit. Fofana, unwatchable, unwatchable. I've seen him pass the ball to Magnan 30 times this game. Like, what's your purpose, man?
Fofana needs
Well,
to.
I,
Fofana has the
I'm
Kessie
sorry, man.
problem.
No,
Fofana has
no,
that Kessie problem,
I'm
where
sorry,
he
but
thinks he's
I
better
can
than he is on the ball.
I can pass the ball to Magnan, man, as many times as you want. Give me the fucking millions, man. I can do that. Do you
yeah,
want me? Do you
and
want
I
the guy in the middle of the pitch to pass the ball to Magnan? I can do that.
and
Like,
I said the
what's like?
first goal. The first goal was Fofana's like part his fault because they lost the ball. They went on a counter, and Fofana, if you go back and watch it, he's literally walking back and he's just staring at the bloke that's making the run, and just lets the guy just run directly straight past him.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm like,
the
bro,
thing is,
like chase the player down, make a tackle.
yeah, the thing
Like
is,
you
I
just
don't want to burn him. I don't want to burn him because he doesn't know. Like he's still getting to know the players there and everything. So it's not
If only we had
the right
Benacer,
thing to do.
to play.
But guys, Benacer, you're not gonna have it, man, because he's always gonna be injured. This is what I don't
Yeah.
like about Benacer.
Yeah, he plays one game and then he's injured for 3 months.
Guys, but Benacer is a cycle. We've seen this movie three years in a row, man. I know how Benacer is gonna be. He's gonna come back from his injury. He's gonna play bad a couple of games. He's gonna play good 2 games, be injured again for a month.
So then
He's
why
gonna
don't we get
come
rid of
back,
Adley then?
be absolutely horrible because Adley was not good either. Like,
Yeah, look at all the stats. The stats on Adley are ridiculous.
yeah, but I've also watched the games, man. And
So do
Adley,
I, and I see it. The only player who could actually control the ball in the middle and pass it and open up the play, and he's not even a DM. We played him as a regista, and he's not even that, and he did a much better job. He did a better job than Musa.
Listen,
He does a better job than Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
listen, there were many mistakes, by the way. It's not just the fact that we didn't keep Adli, even though I'm not sure if Adli is the solution. It's the fact that we renewed Jovic. Why did you renew Jovic for? Why do you
They
keep
wanted
a
to sell
spot?
him.
But
That was their brilliant plan.
Hey, Rajan, we needed a Balkan. We needed a Balkan. Come on,
I don't. But yeah, we have Pavlovic, man. Enough Balkan for a team, right? Jovic, I don't understand because Jovic takes a free spot from the Serie A at least. You get rid of it with Jovic, so now you have to sell Adli or whoever. You have to sell them because you don't have free spaces in the pitch. And not just that. Also, just one more thing, because I've been talking a lot. I want to say this as well. What kind of a management are you if in the last days of the mercato, you all of a sudden are like, oh shit, yeah, we also need the striker. Oh shit, we also need another DM. So now we are trying to sell Benacer. Absolutely unorganized. I feel like the fact that you are unorganized comes from the top to the bottom, right? Exactly. Like these guys have no fucking idea what they're doing, man.
Rajan, that's what happened when you hire a consulting team. That's exactly what they're doing.
I don't know.
Somebody from a big four is giving orders to fucking to Jenny and these guys, on their little diagram that they ran through Excel and be like, oh, this is what you need to do. This is exactly what it looks to me.
Absolutely unprofessional, in my opinion. You have no idea. You go with the flow. You wake up a day and you're like,
I think next summer, the number one thing they should do is to go get a proper sporting director to start anything first. I think that's what we should look for. If we fail this season, I think our first transfer or whoever comes in, it should be a proper sporting director. This whole little fucking gimmicky shit about, oh, we're working as a team, so we're not going to blame. Ibra says he works for Redbird. He's not part of Milan. None of this shit, bro.
I'm going to say it now, guys. I'm going to give a bold prediction. So hate me in a year from now, but Milan is selling this summer. Now that the stadium is confirmed, they cannot build their own stadium. I'm sure we're going to sell this summer.
No, they can. They're getting approvals for the stadium.
What stadium is confirmed?
What stadium is confirmed, bro?
The San Siro.
No, they've gotten approvals. They're waiting for the final ones. It looks like. To be honest, that's the one thing
wait. What stadium confirmed at San Donato is not confirmed.
It's not confirmed, but it's dude. They already put the fencing around, like they're preparing for construction.
It's like
no merger for Nathan.
Bro, it's like they're not preparing for shit, bro.
No, guys, they did not give the green light. They had the election. They had the. Hold on, guys. One second. They had the elections a few months ago. They did not give a green light for San Donato, and it's the people of Milano that don't want the stadium outside of Milano.
Yeah, they're the ones that put up the gate.
I'm reading the post-match conference from Fonseca and him saying we did well in the first half. Like, did this guy watch the game? Like, does anyone agree? Bro, the first half was hideous.
It's like Pioli. He said we were good the first 5 minutes.
All he's missing is this, like Pioli's famous words. We lack clarity.
Exactly. Lucidità, man. This is absolutely
bro. Pioli used to piss me off saying that word every conference. It's like, yo,
Fonseca's going to go from we played well in the first half to we played well for 20 minutes. Then he'll go down to we played well for 5 minutes. That's what's going to happen.
No, but this is incredible. In the first half, I saw the game with a couple of friends who are also Milan fans because I'm in Albania, and we were all speechless, saying, "Holy shit, man, we're unwatchable." And then I come here and read this fucking guy, and he's like, "We played well." Is this was the first half how this guy wants the team to play? Because
It's
if
because
so,
he was in Red
we
John.
we're fucked, man. Like holy
Red
shit.
John.
Listen. When this season, sorry, Peter, and I'm done after this. When this season ends, and if we fail all our objectives, we're gonna look at the mishaps from not getting, first of all, a better coach, and also the Kiesa situation. That's gonna come
Yeah,
and bite us in the ass at the end of the season. Watch. We're gonna be like,
I
damn, why did we didn't get
I,
Kiesa when he was fucking 10 million
I
or
don't
15?
understand how can we get Chiesa because every time I watch Chukwueze play, I'm like, holy fuck! I hope Roy is not here giving me crap. Because fucking hell, man, that guy is unwatchable. Fuck me, bro. I I sometimes I'm like fucking hell. Let this guy get injured so Roy forgets. Because fucking hell, bro. Like how can he be this bad? Fucking hell.
This dude
No,
sucks.
but
Yo, Chikwueze is
no,
not
but
good, bro.
no, but I swear, bro. Fucking hell. Can you stop a ball, my man? Stop a fucking ball and
He,
pass the ball.
uh,
Like
So does that mean
fucking
with
hell.
Jaqueze, I've never seen a player so one-footed as Jaqueze. He has
Fucking
Hugs
hell.
the
no right
fucking
foot.
line, bro. This motherfucker hugs the line like there's jollof rice in that fucking line over there, bro. Like, get the fuck back in the center. Like, fuck, bro. No, bro. I never seen a player just like Pulisic and all these guys like don't move in. Like this would be
Bro,
hugging the line just there, or like it's like, bro, move around. You're small. Like, move the
I
fuck
see.
around.
I see Chukwueze play and I get afraid of Roy. Fucking hell. But move, motherfucker, move. Fucking hell, bro.
That shot he missed today, that was on his left foot.
But he did.
Yeah.
That was
I,
so bad.
Oh, that was
I
so bad.
don't remember. I don't remember a good thing. Not to mention the game against Torino where he
Oh
was
my.
hideous. But like I
No,
don't
no,
know,
but
man. And
we had so many
he has the
chances.
balls. And he has the balls to tell me before the season you will see the real Chukwueze. Man, shut the fuck up! Shut the
so
fuck up
so
and work
Damn,
on your
so Red
first touch,
John?
man.
Chikwueze,
Work on your
Chikwueze's
first
number one
touch.
stand. Yo, Chikwueze number one stand just turned on him. Chikwueze's
Damn.
So
fucking Swifty
But for real,
just turned on
but
him.
for real,
Oh
man.
my
But
god.
I was really hopeful. But this guy, man, is killing me. He's
so,
literally killing me.
so Red John
I
was the
see.
only one. Red John,
I
you're the
see
only
us.
one celebrating when Chukwueze was riding on the floor, rolling around injured. You were actually celebrating for once.
I was thinking, please be injured so you are out, and Roy doesn't see you, so he doesn't give me crap. Fuck me, bro. Fuck me. This is crazy. Crazy.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Yeah.
So Clint, what's your? Is Clint still there? Or is he gone? He's
I
gone.
think
Nah,
I think
he
he's
is gone.
signed out.
Yeah,
So
it's literally just been
what's a
it's
failure?
just
What's a
been
failure of a season for everyone? Like, what do you
Uh,
consider
Top
as a
four.
as a failure?
Outside.
say it again.
outside
I
of no
didn't hear you.
Champions League. No Champions
Repeat
League
that
is
again.
a failure.
So what's your expectation for a failure of the season?
If they're
My,
outside
no,
of
no,
top
Failure of a
four.
season, not winning the league. Not winning the league.
my
Not winning
expectation.
the league.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
At
man.
this point, I just hope
No,
top four. That's all you can
if
hope
we
for.
if
Well,
we
to be fair, the owners came
anything
out and
but
said,
winning the league, yeah, they have said it. This is exactly the
yeah,
point. Anything but
Yeah.
winning the league for me is a failure because
Yes.
Exactly.
Ibra said it multiple
Fonseca
times,
said it.
and
Fonseca
Fonseca
said it.
said it
Wait,
multiple
wait. They,
times
they
as
said
well.
they're going to fight for it, but they didn't say they're going to
No,
win.
No,
no, no,
Fonseca said
no,
his
no,
goal
no.
was Scudetto.
they said that they want to
Ibra,
get the second star as well. That's what they said after the
exactly.
end of the season. They said,
Yes,
"Well, we want to get the second star now." That's what they
and
said
not
verbatim.
and
Verbatim.
not just that, but Ibra, when he presented Fonseca, he said, "I want you to bring me the trophy." Enough said. If so, I want the trophy. Now you are 9 points behind Juventus because they are going to win tomorrow. 6 points
Ah,
behind Inter. Bring me the trophy, man. This is what you said you were going to bring me. Not getting the trophy is a fucking. And not just that, but playing like this. Phew,
But also, after
I don't even think we're going to get top four.
all the shit that they talked about Maldini, all the shit that they talked about Maldini after firing him, they leaked all this stuff in reports. You can't talk that much shit and be this bad. And quite frankly, like I think for me, anything that wasn't winning Serie A was a failure. But right now, after watching these first three games, I just want us to get top four. I just want us to get top four because I think if we get outside of top four, the it will be so ugly, and I don't want to lose Leao and Teo. And let's say they get 175 million for Leao, and they get like 100 million for Teo. Do they strike you as the management group that would be able to spend that money properly? Because I don't have
No.
faith in them.
Nope.
No, definitely not.
So top five is this season.
Hell,
Don't forget.
Chiesa was there for 20 fucking million, and they couldn't even fucking
No.
do that.
But his salary was so high.
Less.
13 million. It
No,
was 13
he
million.
lowered his he lowered
It was
his,
less.
his asking for his
I
salary.
don't think so.
His
I think at Liverpool
salary,
they pay him.
I think it's around 6 million. I think it's around 6 million.
Let's see.
Anyway, guys, I got to let you go because it's Father's Day today.
Hey,
All my
take
kids
care,
are
bro.
getting up excited.
All right, bro. Have a good one. And,
Thanks, guys.
Take care of your arm, man.
No worries. Thank you.
And vote for the merger. Don't forget.
Chiesa's making 6 million euros net at Liverpool.
Barca?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not Barca. Fucking
Yeah, I mean, at Milan, why can't we pay players?
We
6
can,
million?
but I the one thing I will say, Chiesa, that injury record, doesn't that give you pause? Like I'd rather, like you know who
I
I'd rather,
mean,
like,
what about
No.
Morata?
huh?
What about Morata's injury? His
Oh no,
injury
I know.
problems?
No, Morata
Yeah.
doesn't have it. Actually, isn't Morata pretty durable? He just got
No.
injured, but I think beforehand he was pretty durable. I think. I'm not sure. But do you know,
No.
like,
No,
do you know who would have
Morata's
been better
injured all
than?
the time, bro.
Then didn't fine. I'm sorry about that. But then do you know who's Tammy's just coming off a big injury? But my question is, why don't you just sell Chukwueze and get Orsolini to get an Italian player in? Orsolini would be. He's not a great player, but he's an above average player.
I
He'd
mean,
come
I think Chiesa is like a guy that scares defenders. Like Chiesa has an aura with him. Orsolini is a good call. I like Orsolini. I thought he was amazing last year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I agree. Orsolini over Chukwueze, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, Chiesa was such a great opportunity. You're not going to get it again, you know. And he does have injury issues, but you know, it is what it is. I would have gotten Chiesa, no doubt. Yeah.
But
It's
I
20
don't think
million,
it's about
too.
specific players. I think when we focus on specific players, that allows us to get back to this thing where it's like, oh, we will need to have every game where our players need to put in like 8 and 9 out of 10 performances for us to win. Again, these last 3 games,
Exactly.
we didn't play
Well-
anybody
well
big.
said,
We
well
didn't
said.
play anybody strong. We played Torino, who got a new coach. We played Parma, who are newly promoted. And we played Lazio in their worst point. Like I'm just saying, like
Listen,
we have enough quality to beat these teams.
Okay, but I don't agree that we have enough quality to beat some of the European teams, and I don't think we have enough quality to beat some of the Italian teams. But listen,
I
What?
agree.
No.
yeah,
I
think Inter and Juve is above us.
Can I
and
give you an
Napoli-
example?
No.
Can I give you an example about like from last year actually that I think proves shows my issue? We
What?
played Juventus twice last year. In the first game, Pioli's tactics were great. He put Pobega as our 10, and he just said, Pobega, go out and smash shit. And he did, and it disrupted them, and we cruised to a victory.
But we lost.
Huh? No.
We
I'm
lost 1-0.
talking about the year before. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the year before.
Oh,
I
okay.
apologize.
Okay.
The first game we won. He put Pobega there. We played that's basically a 4-3-3, and we cruised. The second game we won with Giroud having an amazing header, but we played like shit. Why? Because he played that 4-2-4 bullshit that he always plays, right? So to me, I'm sorry, I was thinking about 2 years ago, but last year we used to play really good, really well against big teams. Last year we played very badly against big teams, and so I don't think it's about an issue of quality. I think the reality is that the way to beat the blueprint to beat Milan was obvious, became obvious under Pioli. It became so obvious, and the thing is that Fonseca is doing the exact same things that Pioli's doing. What do we see that's different than Pioli last year?
Well, hold on. Listen, I want to talk about
though.
players, though. Hold on one
Well,
second.
me too. Me too.
Yeah, all right. So I'll go first. But okay? So check it. Listen, I get it. You need to have a good system. Obviously, you need to have a good system. There's no that is unsaid. Obviously, if you have a shitty system, you can have any player, and they're gonna perform like shit. But if you raise the quality of your players, and supposedly you have a good system, you're a contender. Those are just the facts. if I have a good system and I have an Empoli roster, I'm not a contender, right? So the quality does matter. And I think what really happened with Pioli is that Pioli had Benacer, he had Kessie, he had Tonali.
And
At that moment,
Tonali, yeah, look at the
those
difference in level there.
those midfielders there were workhorses, and things worked. Then you start to take one piece away, and all of a sudden that midfield is gone. Now the system needs to be good, and Fonseca can't do that right now. That needs to get fixed before. But I will maintain that what makes the difference ultimately is the quality of the players. I maintain that.
I agree. I think that there needs to be quality of the players. I think that because of how disorganized we are, in my view, besides Emerson Royale and Chukwueze, right? I think I look at it as um, the things are so disorganized. I don't even know how to judge the players, and I mean that sincerely. Like I think that things are just they every game it looks like they have no idea what to do. There are no ideas. Like I think you put in a Deserbi or a Mota in this team, and I think you would see a much better team. If we're gonna play defensive like shit like we did in the first half, you might as well get Allegri in. At least he'll do a much better job of organizing a team. I think there is like coaches do matter. And then, yes, could we have the funny thing is we have a lot more money to spend. There's a lot more room to spend under Redbird, but they refuse to. So it's I agree that, the quality of the players, like we should be able to go after bigger players. But to me, I think that again, we're not this is Serie A. There's no City, there's no PSG, there's no Bayern Munich. Inter, Juventus, these teams, they're good, but we should again, who here loved Hakan Çalhanoğlu and cried when he left? Most people hated him.
No,
The
I
vast
liked him.
majority.
I thought he was great.
I
But
loved
I
him, by
like
the way.
him
That's
as
why I'm
well.
bringing this point up because it makes me look good. But basically, I liked him a lot, But what I'm saying is that he was not.
The
What I'm
one that
saying is
hated him was actually
Laird.
Laird, if you
Laird is
remember.
not,
Yeah.
no, but
Laird is
no,
not.
people hated him before he. I hate him. I hate him with a passion now. Like anybody who's Turkish, they like joke with me. They're like, "Hey man, how about Hakan Çalhanoğlu?" And I like start spitting on the ground. And I'm usually a very nice person, but then I go crazy. But what I'm
Usually, yeah.
yeah, usually,
Yeah.
usually. But what I'm saying is like to me, I feel like we have a good squad. I mean, there are exceptions. Every team's gonna have, but I look at it as just there's so lack there's a lack of organization here, and
And listen,
we need better
seriousness.
players.
There's a
Sure,
lack of seriousness overall, and that is one of the biggest problems.
but that's what
Listen,
Maldini brought. The idea of
yeah,
having a purpose. The idea of saying like what was Maldini's pitch to all these players, to Teo Hernandez? He was like, "Look, I think you can be the best left back in the world." If Maldini is coming to you and says, "I think you can be the best left," if he came up to me and said that, I've never played left back in my life. I'd be like, "Hell yeah, oh my god, thank you." Like it's the idea of and what was his pitch to Leao? Because remember, they fired Maldini only after Rafael Leao signed his extension and was under Maldini. Because what did Maldini say? Maldini said, "Look, stay here, become a star here, help me build Milan back to being the biggest club in the world." And then they fired him. And I think now the players are just like they're looking at Milan as just any other club.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Milan, what make Milan different? Because I'll finish with this. Berlusconi and Moratti both spent a lot of money. In fact, Moratti spent more money than Berlusconi. People try to say that Berlusconi was PSG before PSG. That's bullshit. Moratti
He
spent
was.
even more money. No, but Moratti spent more money actually, a lot more money. You can do them. You can look back. He spent a lot more money,
Yeah.
and he failed a lot more.
I,
Why?
I can
Because
tell you exactly how much he spent if you want to.
Thank
Berlusconi
you.
spent 1 billion in 30 years. Moratti spent 1 billion in 20 years.
Okay, so a lot more. So what I'm
Yeah.
saying is that the difference though is that, but again, it's still spent a lot of money. The difference is that Berlusconi created an environment. And by the way, I don't like Berlusconi as a person politically. I'm very different than him, but I can recognize somebody who thought differently, who approached the game with innovation. He had psychologists, like he did all the things that we take for granted now. And I look at this group and they talked about like Cardinale, let's not forget, literally said I want to be Berlusconi 2.0 before the Derby last year, before we got smashed 5-1. So,
Yeah.
I look at it, I look at this group as they're incompetent and they don't recognize that it is more than just I think they're looking at this team like a baseball team. And I'm not even trying to make fun of the fact that they're Americans. I know I have an American accent. I'm not American, whatever. But what I'm saying is it looks at it. I look at it. They don't understand that there is more to making a team than just we have good players. We bought this coach because again, it doesn't even seem they can pick the coach anyway. If to me, I think I said this the last time I was here. Like Fonseca was a risk. He's not a guarantee. He's not an Allegri. He's not Roberto Mancini. He's not some like, okay, we know what we're gonna get. No, he's as much of a risk as anybody else. And Roberto De Zerbi was literally begging for the job, and you didn't go after him, not a bit. Your other option was Lopetegui. I mean, it just shows incompetence.
Also, Sarri, who is available right now, by the way, and Sarri said at the end of the when the things were said and done. He was surprised that he didn't get called. He said he thought he deserved it. He thought he deserved the Milan call. Anyway, Sarri is still available. Guys, do you think if Sarri were to... Actually, let me ask you this first and then the Sarri. Do you think Fonseca is going to be fired if he can't get results? And do you think Sarri can join? What do you guys think?
I think if he continues the way, if Fonseca continues the way he's going, I think December time is when they'll get rid of him. Really and truly, if he doesn't fix up. But in terms of Sarri, I don't know. Like at this point, I'm really confused because the players we have seem to have quality, but every time they go on the pitch, they just produce rubbish. And I don't know if it's down to Fonseca or them. It really confuses me because Fofana today was rubbish. But from all the highlights I've seen of him, he seems decent. So it doesn't make sense to me. I'm just speechless at this point. I don't know what to do with Fonseca. He's,
he's just a mid-tier level coach, man.
Yeah, man.
I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Fonseca could get fired even earlier than that. We're talking about 2 points from 3 games. This is like our worst start in a long time. I mean,
almost 100 years.
Yeah, and I mean, what we're looking at, like Venezia is who we play next. Like, what? Like, okay, fine. Like,
should be Lecce, I think, right?
I think it's. I don't know.
It's
I know it's
Lecce, and then Inter.
I think it doesn't matter. The point is, it's supposed to be. Yeah. I know Inter's after that, but the thing is like he couldn't beat Parma. He couldn't beat Torino. He couldn't beat a terrible Lazio. Like, I don't have trust in him, right? So. Listen, I would love for
Napoli actually won against Parma today.
Yeah.
What? I mean, when, man?
But the thing is,
no, it's Venezia. We're playing Venezia next.
So, but the point is, like, he's not like these first 3 games were supposed to be a way to build your team up. We knew like this is not like. To me, I think he'd get fired much quicker. But Sarri, like, he takes the one thing I like Sarri. I like his story is inspirational. The fact that he was a banker and he's just like, no, I want to be a coach, and he became a coach. It's awesome. But he takes time. Like his first year at Lazio and his first year, he usually takes time. So I just worry. But
anybody's going to need time.
Of course. Of course. It's the mess that I think Sarri would be a much better chance, much better fit. Because I think he'd implement a 4-3-3. And I think that if he can salvage this season, then that'll be important because.
So you're all for Visari? You're for Visari operation?
I mean, who else? Who else?
Yeah, there's nobody else.
I mean, that's the other thing. It's like, who else? Yeah, like I don't.
Is Klopp still available?
Klopp is available.
If they go after Klopp, I'm not even joking. If they went after Klopp next year, I would shut my mouth. I'd be like, fine. Because like I hate them. I hate Redbird. Like blah 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 blah. If that's who they're going after, because they have connections. If that's what they're waiting for, and Fonseca is just a stopgap, then I will praise Redbird up and down. I will literally be the biggest fan. I will come on here every day. If you get like if you guys say, if someone says one bad thing about Redbird, I'll yell at you and then you'll kick me off the stream. But what I'm saying, but Klopp, do they? I mean, if they're not going to go after De Zerbi, who's a Milan fan who talks about Milan all the time.
They don't even know that. They don't even know what that means.
Well, then that shows you how bad they are at their job.
Yeah.
I mean, they wanted to buy Milan and they had no clue who you were, despite owning another club.
Right. This man is what, over 50 years old? You're 50 years old. How do you not know who Milan is? I want to read real fast what Saudi said. So this is what Saudi said. This is something I cannot influence, or rather, I perhaps could if I understood the reason why. And I won't name names, but these are two clubs that, in my view, were suited to me. One was Milan, and the other one was someone else. I don't know. Regia, what do you think? Fonseca getting fired, Sarri for the job, or who else do you have in mind? Do you think it can happen? Fonseca getting fired?
I think it's going to be hard for them to fire Fonseca because it's also an ego thing, right? When you come out and you tell me with a full confidence and being like a fucking joker in front of the press, like Ibra did, oh, we don't, Conte is not someone for us, like we looked for something better. Fonseca is a perfect guy, yada, yada, yada. It's going to be hard for you to actually go and sack him after 3 match days, right? Or 4 or 5. But I feel like if we go into the derby, because I suspect we're going to win against Venezia, right? But if we don't win against
You
Venezia,
suspect.
yeah, even better, right? The comedy has no stop, and we will never stop laughing, right? But if we go to the derby and we get smashed, as I presume we are gonna get smashed, right? I think we're gonna get smashed because we having watched Inter play against Atalanta and demolish them yesterday. All I could think was, holy shit! If it
No,
was us, it would be even worse. If it was us,
mm,
and I think
let's not gas up into they weren't.
after Inter, when Inter smashes us, because they play in memory, a memoria.
Hey, but
It's
listen,
how
sooner or later we're going to
it says
beat him. It could be this time.
maybe
I
so,
don't think
maybe
so.
so,
It might
but
be the only way he saves his
I
job.
feel it. I think it's very hard to beat them, and I watched them play yesterday. It was horror for me. It was horror watching them play
Yeah,
yesterday because all I could
mm,
think was them destroying us, bro, like they have done in
no,
Leicester. At some
now
point,
reason
even
he,
by law of big numbers, we're gonna beat them at some point. I just am very confident it's not gonna be this time around because we don't play football. They play amazing football. So from my point of view, after Inter beats us, they cannot do anything anymore because we're gonna be 12 points behind Juventus, and you're gonna have to sack the coach. Otherwise, you cannot wait any return on your investment, right? So you're gonna sack the coach, and then after that, we're probably gonna get Bonera or some bullshit like that, like a coach who's gonna be there just to guide the team and hopefully get top 4. You don't expect Sarri or don't expect
Yeah,
Allegri. These guys
I
want
agree with
salaries,
that.
bro.
I
Yeah, these
I
guys
agree
want
with that, man.
salaries.
Listen, but there's something interesting. First time I ever heard it here. Faladino says, so I'm sure he took this from a report. Despite Fonseca's low salary, there is legal clause in his contract that Milan has the right to fire him anytime without any financial obligations on Milan, which means they knew he was a gamble. I never knew that. That's very interesting. If that's true, then
I doubt
that
it.
says
I doubt it. I
you
doubt
don't
it.
think so. If
No,
that is
because
true, go ahead. Go ahead.
like just think it for yourself. What would you sign a contract like that?
If you're a
Being
small
already on.
coach, yeah. If you're a
If
small
you're
coach,
No, but
Fonseca, yeah, probably.
no, but guys, he was already with a team, right? Just think it like this: if you switch a job, would you go from a job you're already in, earning more or less the same? Because he earned 1.8. Like it wasn't even a huge difference in salary, right? You wouldn't go to another team with a contract like that. And also, this is the first time I'm hearing of such a
yeah,
contract.
it's the first time.
For all the years I've
Um,
been watching
if
football, to
it
be honest.
if it's true, then this management is even worse than I thought.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. And
um,
Fonseca is even worse than I thought because he accepts such a contract, which
right,
is
right.
he's not just bad at his job, he's also stupid overall, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He looks pretty stupid right now, so I believe it.
Yeah. Who the fuck would take this?
A guy who plays Salamakers at left back for his first game. That's who.
Does he also, is there somewhere in the contract that he has to give a blowjob to Ibra every once in a while, or what the fuck is this? This is fucking ridiculous.
No, he does that for fun.
I don't know. This is absolutely. I'm so disappointed with the team, but most importantly with the management because we have an expression that you can see what kind of a day it's going to be from the sun in the morning. At least in Albania, there's an expression like this, and we kind of saw it when we got Fonseca. Like you had all these other up and coming coaches, and we had a life back then when we got Fonseca, and I was talking the same things right now, that I was super disappointed, and it showed lack of ambition from our side. So if you go and get Fonseca because you don't want to spend the money on the coach, it just tells me everything I need to know, that you are not here to win. You're here to hopefully get top four. But I also feel like these guys don't even care about top four anymore. Because how the fuck are you going to reach top four with
I
these
think
Well,
guys?
top four.
I think
They
they
don't care
think they're
about that.
smarter.
As long as they get their money at the end of the year, they don't care.
I think they already. I think they already achieved their goal for the year. To be honest with you, I think they already achieved the goal.
I'm sorry. I actually think that they want to win. I think when you pay that much money for a team, I think you want to win. I think the problem is that they are incompetent and stupid.
Yeah.
Like that's what I
How much
honestly
money,
think.
man? I'm sorry, but how much money did you spend? Can you tell me, please? Because
They spent
maybe
1.2
They
billion.
spent 600 million of their own money from their fund, and then they took out a vendor loan from Elliott for another 600 million, which they should be able, because they're raising money left and right for other projects. So it's
yeah,
not about
and I
that.
said,
But
but
what I'm saying is, but the thing
that's
is,
not a lot of money. This is the point.
I think it is a lot of money. I think when you manage a fund and you're managing other people's money, because again, it's not their money. They're managing
Yeah,
other
I
people's
understand
money.
that. I
But
understand
what
that. But
but I think the issue is, listen, I don't think Jerry fired Maldini because Maldini took the attention away from him. Think about it. Before, did we ever see Elliot on the official AC Milan Twitter? Did we ever see a Milan anything social media with "Thank you, Elliot" or showing the singers? No, you didn't. Jerry makes sure that his face is seen everywhere. He's doing interviews. He wants to be famous. And you don't get
no,
famous by being top four. You get famous
I
by
disagree
winning.
with that.
And I think that
I
he's so
disagree with that.
I
incompetent.
don't
I
think
think
they
he's
care
so
about that.
incompetent. He is so bad. That's the thing. Like, he's incompetent. Like, it's not a question of, like, winning would always make things better, especially it
Of
would
course.
vindicate him. But I think he thinks that he's smarter than everybody, but he's not.
No,
Yeah, but
but
you realize in order to win,
listen,
you got to spend money, and they're worried
spend
about their
exactly,
balance
He
sheet.
and this
thinks
is
you
the
don't
point.
have to. That's the thing. If you listen
No,
to his
but
interviews, he thinks you don't. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
saying he
I
thinks you
understand.
don't have to. So
Where
if
I
you
disagree is why he fired Maldini.
Yeah, I
I
disagree
think
there as well, because
I,
you wouldn't hire Ibra to follow up Maldini,
Ibra
I
because now
doesn't threaten him. That's the thing. Ibra
no,
is
but
a clown. I
sure,
love Ibrahimovic.
sure,
Maldini,
but all you
Ibra is
see
a
now
red.
is Ibra's face everywhere. So
Ibra is a red,
from
but
Maldini, you went to Ibra.
Ibra is supposed to be Jerry's ambassador. Ibra does not work for AC Milan. Ibra works for Redbird.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think one of the things that Maldini, one of the issues that they found in Maldini. So before
was
Furlani,
demanding them to spend. That
well,
was the reason why.
aside
Very
that,
simple.
but before Furlani was the CEO, Gazidis was the CEO, and Gazidis was the bridge between Maldini and Jerry. I think that Gazidis had more of a package for him to communicate with Maldini.
Hmm.
While Furlani is just this guy, this nobody that was getting dominated all the time by Maldini, and that created a weird relationship. And Furlani kind of like probably, and because Jerry is talking to Furlani, Jerry's not talking to Maldini. Jerry probably got fooled into thinking that Maldini was the
No,
issue. That's
no.
what I think happened.
I disagree there. The way I see it is very simple. The way I see it is that a new owner comes into the club, right? And the owner has his own perspective on how he's going to get his return on investment, right? And he has his own ideology and he thinks he can do it, right? And then you have this other guy who demands that you spend money to actually win, right? But you are not there to win. You are there to actually make money out of the investment that you made, right? You spend 1.2 billion, right? And you want to get 2 billion and earn 800 million, whatever their aim is, right? And then you have this other guy who's out there talking trash about you, because this is what Maldini did every once in a while. He would go in front of the microphones and he would be like, "We are not doing the Berlusconi times. We cannot spend, but if there's a time to spend, it's right now. We should get now 4 top players and then compete with everyone else, right?" And if you hear that as an owner, you are like, "Holy shit, he's talking trash about me." And not just that, he wants me
And
to actually
listen,
go and
I
spend
think
big
that was an
on big
excuse.
players.
I'm
but
sorry. I
go
disagree.
ahead, go ahead.
I
No.
disagree. I think that was an
Go ahead,
excuse
go ahead.
because right when Jerry took over, He ruined that summer because he didn't sign Maldini and Massara to deals, and he dragged out their contract renewals for a long time. And by the way, those contract renewals came in after Maldini, after he won the Scudetto. He was like, "Oh yeah, well,"
Yes.
he was talking about respect and all sort of stuff. And then Jerry gave him a deal. So I think the idea that because Maldini said that we need to spend a little bit more money, we're not going to be like, but we need to spend a little bit more money to take this next jump to the Champions League. That's Jerry's excuse, and Jerry used that as an excuse to fire him because Maldini had already spoken his mind when he was out of contract. If that offended Jerry Cardinale so much, then he could have just fired He didn't have to renew him. Maldini's contract was
No, but
over
he
after
couldn't do it.
Yes, no.
He didn't have the
could have.
balls.
He
He
couldn't.
didn't.
He didn't
He
have the
didn't have
balls.
the balls. He didn't have the balls. And he didn't have. But the thing is, what he did was he pinned Charles de Ketelaere. Apparently, Charles de Ketelaere is the biggest reason why Maldini did poor, like that. The season did bad. It wasn't Pioli being a moron. No. So he put all the failure on Maldini. Okay, and then that used the excuse. And a lot of fans ate it up. By the way, they fired Maldini, and now we look at this is now what we see with Maldini being out of the picture. We're seeing absolute garbage. Absolute
No, but
garbage.
I listen.
there's
I agree with Red John on one thing, that he has his own model, and he wants to implement his model. It's a model that he's been studying for a long time. This Moneyball algorithms, spend low, try and achieve the most. And Maldini was not there with him. I agree that
Exactly.
happened,
Yeah.
but I also think that there was Furlani is a big part of it as well.
No, but Furlani is just the tool. I'm talking more so about
But
the
But
the,
for
the
example,
actual effect, right?
but for example, if Gazidis was the man in the middle, I think there could have been a relationship there. But
Maybe, but
Fulani has
Maldini didn't have a good relationship with Gazidis either. He didn't
If
have a good
Gazidis
relationship
stayed,
with Gazidis.
if Gazidis stayed, that would have meant that there would have been somebody to tell Jerry no. There would have been someone to tell Jerry no. This is how you do it, and Jerry
Maybe,
didn't
but
want that.
guys, you have to remember that Gazidis was there, and maybe the reason why Boban left, for example, right? When
Exactly. So
Maldini
that's
was
why I
there as
don't think.
well.
But that's why I think that Jerry's ego is the reason why things are the way that they are.
Of course, but
And
we're just disagreeing on what the ego is about. I'm saying that the ego is about the fact that Maldini was pushing it towards the fans that we are not spending enough, whereas Jerry is not there to spend them.
But
Look
if
at
you
this
listen
mercado
to
right now.
Maldini talked about the breakdown of the relationship way before Maldini said that interview in the Champions League semifinal. Before he said we needed
No,
more
no, no,
money.
but no, no, but no,
No,
no, no.
look at
But
Maldini's interview. No, I'm being serious. Look at Maldini's interview. He talks about how Jerry was not even responding to his emails.
yeah, I
before
know, I
he-
know, I know all the story, but I'm just saying that I'm not talking about just Maldini having that interview in the semifinal. I'm talking way ahead of that. Maldini used to say that all the time, even
No, he
during
didn't.
Elliot.
No.
Yes,
I
he did,
disagree. I
guys. But
disagree.
are we kidding now? Yes, he did, and he would say
say again,
he would
Gazidis.
accompany.
Gazidis. Red John, what did you just say? Repeat it. I missed it.
I said that Maldini was doing that even before the semifinal, all the
Doing
time,
what?
in the sense that
Asking for
doing
more
and
money? No, he always talked about how
no,
we
no,
have
no,
to
no,
be
no,
That's
calm.
not true.
no,
It's
guys.
not true.
He was not asking
No.
for more money. He was saying that we are not the Milan that we used to be,
No.
and
He
this
did.
is
He was
all you
saying
need to
we can't
He
hear,
was
spend
not
like we
saying that
used
the
to
whole
be.
guys.
We have
time.
to be smart and
Yes,
sustainable, which is exactly what Jerry
yes,
says all the time.
yes. But when Maldini says it, as someone who was part of a Milan that won everything and a
He
Milan that
said that
used to
even when
spend.
under Elliot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. But this is my
He got
point, man. This is my
But
point. This is my point.
listen.
That he
They
said
gave
it under Elliot
Maldini.
as well.
They gave Maldini a goal. Maldini fulfilled that goal in flying colors. He also won trophies as they gave him that goal. Because at the end of the day, Elliot decided how to run the club. They gave him that goal, and Maldini achieved that goal. But let's be clear about something here. Maldini Maldini said only twice he came out and said things that might have upset the upper management. When InvestCorp was maybe buying the club, Maldini had an interview where he kind of let out some steam, and then the Champions League. So it's not true that he was saying this all the time. That's not true.
Yeah.
He
No,
wasn't there trying
he
to
was.
destabilize.
No, he
No,
wasn't.
no, no, no. But I'm not saying he was trying to destabilize. You're not understanding me. He was saying that to let the fan base understand that we are not the Milan that we used to be. And this, in and of itself, just think of yourself as being the owner or the next owner of
But
something.
it's
If
true.
someone
It's
tells you,
true. We don't
but it
have
doesn't
we
matter if
didn't
it's
have
true,
no,
man.
no, no, no,
But
no.
it
We didn't
doesn't
have
matter.
no, I disagree. We didn't it didn't
No,
it
it doesn't
it did
matter. This is the
yes
point.
it yes it does. I disagree.
Yes, no, it doesn't. It does
I'm
not matter
Albanian
because
too,
you
so
are.
we're gonna butt heads.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It doesn't matter. The point here, at least from my point of view, right, is that when you are going to become the owner of something, it doesn't matter what it is, and someone tells you that the good old times that we had before, those times are gone, dude. Like we're not going back there, right?
But he was
We are
talking
not going to
about
spend and
spending.
take.
No,
But
but he
yes, of
gave
course he was,
solutions.
man. Because
He was giving
of
solutions.
course he was. Of course he was.
He
Because he
wasn't
was saying
saying
that the
that everything
Berlusconi
is
times,
finished.
guys, are over. They are done. We're not going to get top players anymore.
I don't
We're going
know.
to be sustainable.
No, he was
And this
saying you
is how you
can't.
read
He
it.
said you have to buy them before they explode. That's what he said. But
Yeah,
he
but
said that's
That
not
that's the
wasn't.
bad.
point.
But that
Listen, if we
wasn't
buy
like.
a bunch of Leaos and Teos, I will be the happiest man. And Mike's, I'll be the happiest man in the world.
Of course, but there is no guarantee that for every Leao and Taylor that you buy, you have to buy first 10 Balotellis. This is the point.
That's not
And this
true,
is what.
man. No, 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 no.
Listen, Maldini
What
was
do you
trying
mean
to
that's
bring
so true? But this
Messi.
is a proven thing, man. This
Maldini,
is not even up for conversation.
after Barcelona, Maldini was trying to bring in Messi into the squad. Like he just lives in a
Maybe.
different. What do
And
you
he
Yeah,
mean?
could. But the thing is, though, I think Maldini is the reason why Taylor Hernandez is with Milan and not with
of course.
Wolfsburg or whatever other stupid club or Bayer Leverkusen where he was going to go. Okay, like some other German
Of
club.
course.
So the thing
Of
is
course.
that if it's a 50-50 thing, Maldini helps you. He's not going to win every single one, but he was trying. And I think I agree with Joel. Maldini said we have to get back there, but we have to do it, and we have to do it sustainably. We have to build it, like he said, we have to build a stadium, all this sort of stuff. The largest issue. The largest issue is that you have no culture in this team, and quite frankly, Ibrahimovic is not there enough to create that, and no one gives a shit about Moncada on this team.
No, but
And
It's 100%.
if I may say something regarding Ibrahimovic, it's not even the fact that he is not there often, because he might be there to watch it. The problem is that Maldini does not have Maldini. Ibrahimovic is a little bit ignorant in the sense of
he's not as
he's an
smart.
in-
He's not as
he's
sophisticated. Maldini
some
is a
sort of an
diplomat.
ignorant human
Yes,
being who is cannot fill you with the I don't know with the
confidence.
intellectual
With the
confidence that a
wisdom, with
team like
wisdom.
Yeah.
Milan needs, or with the wisdom that a team like Milan needs. Whereas Maldini is part of a dynasty, man. You cannot compare Maldini
Yeah.
not just as a human being, but also what he represents as a footballer and as a human being
So,
to Ibrahimovic. It's two different things,
so
right?
do you,
So of course they're not going to expect the same thing.
so do you guys see a way out of this? What is the way out?
The way out of this, in my opinion, because I don't think that they are going to sell the club anytime soon. The way out of this is this: fans going against the ownership, because that's the only way. Because this is an American ownership, I feel like the only time they actually get scared is when they feel it in their pocket. In the time that, or in a case where you stop buying t-shirts, you make it known in public that, dude, we are Milan, we are not fucking Atalanta trying to get bullshit players 20 million cap to spend and 4 million cap to give us salaries. This is not the club that is going to win you shit. Have a look at Napoli. Napoli, this Mercato, with all complainment, whatever, they got, first of all, Conte, a coach that wins you trophies, first of all, and spend 170 million in the market. 170 million in the market while having a player that earns as much as Leao, Teo, and I don't know, Calabria combined in Osimhen. And that player doesn't even fucking play.
Yeah.
I mean, that's dumb. That's
Okay?
not. I don't think that's something to look up to. I think
What?
if it's. I don't look at what Napoli's doing and being like, I don't want to. I don't want to have to sell Leao so that we can spend money. Yeah, they're gonna
They
sell
didn't.
Osimhen.
They
They're
didn't
going
sell
to
Leao.
eventually. They're going to. They're gonna. Aren't
But,
they
but
gonna
hold
sell
on,
Osimhen
hold on.
eventually?
No, but
Osimhen
it's two
wants to
different
leave
reasons.
though.
Osimhen
Osimhen wants to
Yes,
wants to
and he
leave.
wants to leave because of them. We are
Why?
lucky.
No, because Osimhen wants to go to a bigger club. You
I
know.
know that, but
Exactly.
Milan is a big club. The problem, the way I look at it is For me,
Milan is a big club only to its fans, not to the
that's
world.
not
The
true.
world does
No,
not
no,
see.
that's
The
that's not
world
true,
does
man.
not see
Stop.
Milan as a big club. It's a fact, man. If you
No,
want to lie to yourself and feel like
it's not
yes,
lying to myself.
then
It's
sure.
it's. I
But this is a
disagree with
right
you.
fact.
now, right now,
This is a fact.
Hernandez, for what we know, Hernandez wants to go to either Bayern or Real Madrid.
He wants to
No,
go to a big
that's not
club. Of
true.
course he
That's
does.
not
That
true.
is
Of
true.
course he
That is
does. I would as well.
That
You
is
want to
very
go to a big club, man. Milan right now is a mid club
The
or a
report that's
higher
no,
tier
I
mid
disagree
club.
with both of you. I'm sorry. I think the fact,
Okay.
if they don't you think that if he wanted to leave, they could have sold him? They would have sold him already.
no, no,
It looks and
because
the reports are
he's too valuable to just give him out on a cheap, and you need a buyer.
Yeah.
Real Madrid didn't
Of
show
course.
up. Bayern didn't show up.
I
Yeah.
think if he wanted to leave, he could have pushed for it. They like I think it shows you how attached Teo and Leao are to this club, and they
No.
recognize
I
how
don't think
big it
so.
is.
Who
That and
hasn't
I
if you let
think
me
I
finish,
think
if you let me
I think
finish,
but
please let
hold
me
on,
finish.
hold on. But if that is true, then Theo had an interview this summer during you remember the interview he said he didn't
I
know
said we'll
whether
see.
he didn't he said
Yeah.
he doesn't know what he was
Right.
wanting to
If
do in the
just let me
future.
finish. I think that we are pushing them to their limits. And I think that what I'm worried about with Fonseca and with this is that this is going to convince them to leave the club. Even if we were, let's say this was the Milan of old, okay? And or that we were like we were rebuilding and all sort of stuff, and then all of a sudden, we have Fonseca and he's ruining things. People would want to leave even if we were the elite club and all that sort of stuff. Like, look at
Bro,
Gundogan.
I disagree.
Gundogan
I
just
disagree.
left. He left.
No,
Didn't
no.
Gundogan
He
just
was
leave
pushed.
Barcelona?
Yeah,
He
but he
Why?
went
was
to Man
pushed out of
City.
Barca.
He went
But
to
what I'm
Man
saying
City.
is,
He went to
but
Man
doesn't that
City.
Yeah.
show you? I'm saying that if you see this much sporting, because if you see this much sporting problems, right, you're gonna want to leave.
Yeah,
So
and
I
that's
think
why
that
they
we're
want to
going to
leave.
push
But
exactly. But what I'm
it's
saying
two
is like,
different things. No, but I'm sorry. It's two
mhm,
different things. Gundogan was pushed out of Barcelona so they could
But
register
no,
Olmo.
no, no. Listen,
It's two
listen.
different things. It's not even
Zizi,
comparable.
you're
it is
right.
comparable.
They want to leave because
How is it comparable?
hold on,
I'll
hold
explain.
on,
If you let me,
hold
I'll
on,
explain.
hold on, guys. Hold on. They want to leave, or Theo wants to leave, because that's been the reports, and also we heard what he said, and he hasn't renewed the contract. Another
But
thing,
he has 2
but
years left.
no, but you have to listen. If you're not going to renew it the second year, it's difficult that
Yeah.
you're going to renew it the last year. But I mean, the 2 years left. This is when you're supposed to renew it. But anyway, we heard what he said. But you are saying why he wants to leave because he can sense that this club is not serious. He's not going to be
Exactly.
He's not going to be winning the Champions League with AC Milan. He wants
Mhm.
to go to a different country. He wants to go to a different experience. He knows he's the best in his position. He's considered the
He's the
best.
best left back in the world. He is.
So
Now, can I finish?
He's become bigger than Milan. That's the
No,
problem.
no. This is what if you this is what I see. I think that because the reports are that the renewal talks for Mike, for example, are going very, very well, and the
Wait,
Yeah.
reports.
according to who? According to who?
For KC as well. For like 6 months, they were
Okay,
going perfectly.
with the difference is that there are 2 years left on their contracts. What I'm saying
Yeah.
is, I think that they're looking. I think they waited for their contracts. They're doing the negotiations now, and I think that
Mm.
we will probably lose them if they don't see a team that can do something. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not exactly disagreeing with you guys. If what I'm saying is I think they're looking at it now and then they'll push for their moves this summer if this is a disaster
Yeah,
year.
and
That is
listen,
true.
and I'm saying that
But
that
that
has already happened. Like
but that
Theo
has
Yeah.
already wants
that
out.
has nothing if listen, if let's say Fonseca was kicking ass, okay, and we were winning and we looked awesome, I think that if let's say Fonseca turns into the next Luis Enrique,
I
I
don't
think
think so.
they're staying.
I don't
I
think so.
think that's what I think. I think the fact that
Yeah.
everything
I
looks like
think
trash.
I think
No, I disagree there. Yeah.
I think it's the management. The management
Yes, I
dictate
agree. That's the management.
It's
It's them.
the
it's
management
in my
dictates where the
opinion,
team is going.
it,
That's what we're looking
it's the philosophy of the club, right?
at.
If you are in a club that pays maximum 20 million per player, and if it has 100 million it gets 5 players, you are not in a big club de facto, man, because this is not how big clubs operate.
Who cares
Big
about
clubs
transfer
don't.
fees? Salaries are more
No,
important.
no, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
no, no,
no.
no, 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 no.
Transfer
No, it
fees are
does.
very important.
They are not important to players because they
Okay,
don't see it. Why do you
they
think that they
are.
run down
They
their?
are.
Why do you think they
They
run
are.
down like Xerxes this year? The whole
They
reason
are. Listen.
he made
Okay,
sure that
but
he had a
just
small.
let me finish. Let
Okay.
me finish. The transfer fees are very important for players as well, because transfer fees usually and normally also indicate the level of the player you're going in and also the momentum the player is in. If you go and buy Bellingham, you're gonna spend 100 million, like Real Madrid bought it, and you affirm by the price indirectly to the other players that you are going and getting a player on his peak
Mhm.
at the best time in his career and getting him into your team gives you a different perspective on what the club is trying to do. That, first of all. Second of all, is the fact that the salaries, you don't have a salary cap in big teams. Real Madrid pays players what they are worth by
Mhm.
the market and how much another team, competitor of Real Madrid, would pay them. Same thing
Uh-huh.
for Man City
Uh-huh.
and you name it, other teams, right? And this also gives you an
Mhm.
indication of what the club, what position the club is in and what position the club wants to be in the future. If I am in a club that has caps, or not just the club, man, but look at the salaries. If you are in a company that has a
May I,
salary cap on everything, you want to go into a company that does not have a salary cap because you want to earn as much as you're worth.
may I respond?
I mean, listen. Theo Hernandez right now is earning as much as a PSG bench player,
Okay.
and,
Yes.
and,
Yeah.
and as a third tier bench player.
I don't know about
He's
that.
earning less than half of what Osimhen is earning. Why are you not going and buying Osimhen if Osimhen
So
is there?
I think if you're going to run a club like Atalanta, Theo Hernandez doesn't
Yeah,
want to be in Atalanta.
exactly.
There-
That's exactly the point. And you are running the club like Atalanta. Actually,
May I,
Atalanta spend more on players than you have.
may I respond?
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah. Go ahead,
please
sir.
do.
Number one, transfer fees. Players don't care about transfer fees because they don't go to them. Xerxes made his release clause so low so that he could charge more, so that he could pocket more money. Players don't see the transfer fee unless it's in their contract. For example, Holland's transfer
Did
fee
you?
was a release. Please let me finish.
But
Holland's release.
I will. But I just want to say that did you intentionally try to miss the point I was making, or?
No, if you let me finish, then you would be able to know what my
Okay.
point is. That's the
Okay.
problem.
Go on.
So I'm a lawyer, by the way. That's why you should. I apologize ahead of time.
Yeah.
So transfer fees don't matter. I think fans care more about transfer fees, but ultimately, at the end of the day, no one cares about transfer fees only when the player fails or not. Mohamed Salah, very low transfer fee, about 45 million, and he's amazing. No one cares about Leao's transfer fee or Teo's transfer fee or Mike's transfer fee or Reinder's transfer fee or Tomori's transfer fee. The issue is whether they're good or not. Players, I don't think they don't look at transfer fees as a way to judge about whether a club is ambitious or not. We're talking about, do players care about transfer fees, right? Number two, when it comes to salaries. Right now, Taylor Hernandez makes net after taxes about 4.5 million euros net. He is in line for a contract boost. Okay, he should. The thing is, the mystical salary cap was supposed to be 4 million, but we've broken that several times. Like for instance, with Leao's renewal, it seems
No,
that
it's
reports
five, not
He's
four.
more
Five.
than that actually, because if you include bonuses, right, he's actually making a lot more than that. I believe he makes about
Close to 7 million.
6.5.
Close
Yeah,
to
he makes
7
closer to 7. So the thing is, the
with
mystical
bonuses if he
with
reaches them.
bonuses, but sure. But again, like we're looking at, like, if you look at it, you know, he's making actually 7. It's 5 million base, 2 million bonuses. So he's making 7 million a year, which is
Yeah.
much more than he was supposedly our salary cap. The salary cap, we also made an exception for Morata. Like again, I don't think that
We
this
we didn't. We didn't. Morata makes 4.5.
wasn't
How
the
did
salary
we
cap
make
was always reported at 4, was it not?
five?
No, but I don't
Five,
think
because
I
Theo makes
think that
4.5.
hold on, but that 4 million thing has been broken for a while now.
Exactly.
That's
It was
Yeah,
broken
it's
for
five.
Ibrahimovic. It was broken many times. It's going to be broken for Tammy Abraham as well, by the way. So the thing is, the way I look at it is, it's a question. The money is there in the club. It's my issue is with the management. They can show ambition if they want. They can pay they can pay the money that is necessary in salaries to these players if they want, because the money is in the club because of how low our salaries were and how smart we were. The problem is that these guys are not smart, they're not good, and they are incompetent. That's the problem, in my view. And I think we
Okay.
have the ability to renew these players if we want to, but they are inept and they are going to lose them, not because of salaries. They're going to lose them because these players don't want to waste their time under coaches like Fonseca.
Yeah, but this is okay. I extend it to the management, not just the coach. But I think
I
what
do too.
Fayadinho says here is also true, which is a little bit of what Red John is saying. If the management showed ambition by getting the top coach and spending big on quality top players, everybody would be motivated to stay in. It would galvanize.
Yes, but Mota and De Zerbi was there, and they didn't. Mota wasn't
They
expensive.
didn't.
Intentionally try to not understand my first point and what that was a very lawyerly thing to do. Like, right? Try to not understand it and then
I'm a very good
talk
lawyer.
about something which is not really
I get paid a lot of money.
relevant. Yeah, but the
Yeah,
thing
all
is, the thing is very clear, at least from my perspective, right? When I say you have to spend money, in order to get the players, it doesn't have to benefit the players financially. That's not the point. It gives the players an idea that you are going and getting someone who's going to play along with them without actually helping him financially or giving him any financial, I don't know, net positive, right? But it's going to be there and playing with him a player who's actually on his peak at the best level that he's
I
at.
think the players
right?
see more the quality of the player rather than the transfer fees.
But the quality of the player goes along with the transfer fee.
No,
The only thing that-
Bayern Munich built
Yes,
themselves up
yes, it does.
on pretty low transfer fees when the last time they were good. When it came to players
yes.
like Robin and
Yeah,
Ribéry and
yeah,
getting Lewandowski for
and
free,
Real
Manuel
Madrid
Neuer
and
for free.
Real Madrid has dominated world of football by getting the best players on high transfer fees. So what exactly are you trying to?
There are more than one way to do it. That's why you think there's only
No,
one way.
No, but it doesn't work like that because I'm giving you the creme de la creme. I'm not just talking about some random team.
Leao and Theo Hernandez were both brought in for low transfer fees.
But I'm telling you the team that has dominated world of football right now, and they have done it this way. First of all,
we're not
second
a team
of all,
that dominated. We're a team that's being built.
Okay, but of course you're also going to have players who you're going to pay less for because they're young, and then they're going to become at some point good players or big players, right? Like Theo and Leao. But now Theo and Leao cannot wait there and hope that the next Theo and Leao you find, which by the way are going to come after 10 Baro Torres and 10 average other players, because if it was like this, everyone would have done it like this. Real Madrid are not stupid to go and spend 70 million for Hendrik. They are not stupid to go and spend 100 million for Chouameni. They are not stupid to go and spend 100 billion for Bellingham. They are not stupid, man, because they want to get these players for 10 million as well.
Bayern
It's not
Munich
like you
did
are
the exact
smarter than
opposite,
that.
and we're still dominating. There's more than one way to do it.
Even Bayern Munich went and spent 120 million for Kane.
But the difference is the last time they actually won, they weren't spending money. If you look at it, once they started spending money,
last time
hold on,
again
guys.
this year.
Listen.
What do you mean they won? They didn't win. They've been trash.
Yes, but after winning 10 years and being the biggest spender by far.
10 years in the Bundesliga.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah, in Germany, man. By far the biggest spender.
When the last time they won, they had a team. They weren't spending like they used to. They actually were smarter than everyone.
What do you mean?
How much did they spend on Lewandowski?
Hold on.
They got Theo's brother for 80 million, man.
What about free
And did they win the Champions League with him? They won it once, right? With the COVID thing, right? But I'm talking about before that. What was the base of that team?
But how did you go from the last time they won to now the Champions League? You're moving around, man.
No, I'm not. No. Let me give you an example. I'm gonna read names. I'm gonna read names for you. Gnabry,
I'm not
Neuer.
a really bad persecutor, man, who's somehow gonna let this slide. This doesn't work like that.
Okay,
I'm not gonna let it slide. I'm gonna read you names, and you're gonna tell me how much they spent.
Hold on, guys.
Give me the names.
But listen. Aside the prices, if you're bringing Gnabry, right, you're bringing one of the best players of the German school. So you're galvanizing the players. You're galvanizing the locker room. You're galvanizing the atmosphere. Yes, you don't have to like Chiesa. Chiesa is cheap.
There you go.
But Chiesa would galvanize the stadium. Would galvanize the team. It would show that. But So you need both. You can do both. Inter is not spending a lot of money on players; they're getting free players, but they do spend a lot of money on the salaries. Inter's salary cap is close to 130 million. I don't know where we are at. We were at 86 million last time I
We're
checked.
much less than them.
So at the end of the day, it comes down to: are you going to bring in players that are going to inspire Theo Hernandez or Leao?
Yeah.
If you brought in Gundogan, Shaka, and kept Kessie and Tonali, whatever, maybe that would have inspired them. But this kind of, I agree with Red John that the way Milan is doing it is not inspiring players. But I also agree with you, ZZ, that you can figure out ways to do it without having to break the bank.
Yes, but but at some point you have to look. You got to have a look at who wins on a regular basis, right? You have to look at the cities. You have to look at the Real Madrids. You have to look at even Barcelona's, even at Bayern Munich's, and have a look at the players that they have. When they get Matt Hummels, when they get Matt Hummels from Dortmund, they go and get the biggest and the best defender in Germany from a rival.
Good.
They don't go around betting on Malik Chow, man. We do that.
Okay. May I respond now?
It's two different ideologies.
No,
Which
let me
this
respond
is the
now.
fact. I don't even think there's a response on that.
No, that's of course you don't, because that's how you think. But at the end of the day,
It's a fact.
Gnabry, how much did he cost? We brought up Gnabry. How much did Bayern pay for him? I know the number. By the way. It's a guess.
I have no idea. I have no
Guess.
25 million. I don't know.
Less than
25.
that, actually. It was about 8.6 million.
But
so the thing is,
it doesn't matter.
Lewandowski, it does matter. Hold on. Inter's team is built on, they didn't spend a lot of money on a lot of their players, if you think about it. And again, if you want to compare Milan right now to the most elite teams in Europe, yeah, we're not able to spend the same amount of them. But what I want to see...
No, it's not that we are not able. We don't want
finish?
to. It's not in our ideology. Let's say things as they are. It's not a matter of we are not able to.
Are you done?
Just a small correction, yeah.
Thank you very much for your small correction. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Now,
always
wonderful. I can't wait to hear more of your amazing corrections. Now, at the end of the day,
I will bless you
talking,
with that.
I'm sure you have a great reputation here. So the thing is that the way I look at it is, if you want to talk about PSG, who's never won shit in Europe, or if you want to talk about Chelsea, look like shit, who are spending more money than anybody, right? We can do that. But the way I look at it is, we are not facing a Bayern Munich. We are not facing a Real Madrid. We're not facing a Barcelona, who are poor as hell. We're not facing a Manchester United, a Manchester City. Hold on. Who in Italy?
I just found it funny.
Yeah, I know it's fun. So the thing is, who is our competition? We're facing an Inter team that just got repossessed by a hedge fund, right? Juve, right?
Yeah.
But
150 million, Juve, 170 million, Napoli.
Good.
These guys
If you just let me finish.
Facing?
170 million. Guys, does Juventus have a single player as good as Leao?
Bro, the single player that they had as good as now, they sold him for 15 million.
Great. So they don't have a player like Leao. Great. Do they have a player like Theo Hernandez?
They have better players.
You're overestimating Leao right now.
No. Leao's an elite player.
No.
What? When? Since when is now an elite player?
You don't think Juve has elite players?
I think they do. But what I'm saying is, we're not. You're talking about Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, when what we're competing with in Italy are not teams that are spending anywhere close. Not even Juventus are even spending anywhere close to what those teams are. 175 is more than what we're spending, but we can spend that. My issue is that we're not dealing with. Because the management is cheap and stupid. So the thing is that.
What are we talking about here now?
We're talking, because you know what? When someone who talks about obfuscation a lot, you're not actually listening very much. So what I'm saying is this.
I am.
What did I miss?
No, you're not, because you would understand that what I'm saying is our competition right now, where we're failing, it's not even about Europe. We're not even competing on a Serie A level in which the teams that we're competing with are not spending money. No, we're not. Look at what's happening.
I'm sorry, but we are, my man. You cannot just, I don't know, redirect reality.
How are Inter in a completely different universe? How are Inter in a completely different universe than us when they don't spend as much as we do?
you cannot reshape reality as you like it to be, right? Reality is reality, right? This is at least the one thing that we have to agree upon. Saying that we are not competing in Serie A after winning Serie A, coming fourth in Serie A, and coming second is absurd, right? We
How
are just
far back
talking
were we?
in
Second.
the
How
air.
far back were we second? How
It
far
does
back
not
were we in
matter.
second?
We were
Yes, it does.
second.
No.
Being
We were second, so it doesn't
it's
matter. Being 19
being
points back is
second is
competing.
by definition. Yeah, but being second is by definition being in the competition because you
So
are
when
second. You are not
Manchester United got third
Yes,
place under
yes,
Ten Hag, they were competing.
yes, and
Wait,
you
hold
are by
on, hold on.
definition
Let me get
competing
this
right
straight.
now.
Let me get
Mhm.
this straight. Are you saying that we are not competing for Serie A, or we are?
We
Who's
should
saying
be,
what?
but we aren't because of how
You say
poorly we're doing. We
How we
should
are,
be
and then
competing. We
we
should be
we,
competing, but we're not because
yeah,
we're
we
now
but
in the
struggling for top four
in
now.
the
but
last 5 years we have come second twice, won once. How can you say we are not competing? We are de facto, by definition, competing.
I
How
Now,
don't
many?
think so. I don't
No.
think
How
so.
many
the other
times have we
point
gone
here.
close? Of those
I thought
times,
we were not anymore.
yeah, we
But
were under
listen,
Maldini.
But
We were
you're
growing,
equating
but
this.
But
now
You're
what are we
equating
doing?
this to spending money, though.
but we were with Maldini, but now
but,
we don't know what's going to be
but
now.
guys,
For,
but look at
for
what Franco wrote. What they buy the competition, but that's what Juventus did. Juventus
yeah,
went and got the
exactly.
best. Hold on, let me finish. Please. They went to get the best
Yeah,
DS
Sporting
after
director.
Marotta,
yeah.
Giuntoli. They went to get the best coach, Thiago Motta. They went to last year. They went to get the best goalkeeper of last year. They got
Exactly.
one of the best midfielders, and that's how you become the best. You buy the best. You
But
buy the
this is
competition.
Roy, but this is how Bayern dominated the Bundesliga for 11 years by going to Dortmund and getting Lewandowski, by going to fucking
For free.
Dortmund and getting, yeah, for it doesn't matter for free or not.
Oh yeah.
They got it from him, right?
You said
From
transfer
them.
fees
No,
are
but
okay.
Zizi
But
is
it was on
arguing
a
that
free
you can.
contract, my man.
But Zizi is
You cannot be
arguing
this
that you
dull.
can
It's
do
like,
it
what is this?
in a smart. You can do it.
You're-
Yeah, if you have the opportunity to get great free players, do it. I agree with that.
But
yeah,
they
of
don't.
course.
The management doesn't. The management doesn't go after good free players because they don't
Because you have
appreciate
to
them
pay
and
the
they think
salaries. No,
look,
because you have to
they
pay the
Yeah,
salaries and you
yeah.
have to pay the
the
agents
room
as
to
well.
Yeah.
pay is there. They refuse to use the amount of money that
Right.
is available at the club. That's their problem.
Sure,
Yeah.
but it's not even the money available at the club that is a problem because technically, going by your logic, Juventus shouldn't be able to spend, and yet they are
Actually, I don't
spending.
think you to be
Roma,
quite frank, I don't
Roma,
think you understand my logic. I honestly think you don't understand my logic. I'm not even trying to
right,
be rude.
right.
I
No,
really
no,
don't think
sure,
so.
sure.
Because I don't think
It,
I don't think I'm disagreeing with
it
you as
doesn't
much
matter.
as you think I am. Honest to God.
Right, but I have
That's
my own
usually how
doubts
it
that
goes with the
you
Red
are not
John.
understanding me. This is the problem. The problem is that you keep on saying that we have the means to do it, but we are not willing to do it. Understand that? And I'm
Yes.
telling you that this is not even about you having the means or not, because I'm showing you an example,
Look at
three
the
examples
revenue versus what we
of
spend.
teams
It's math.
of teams that don't have the means to do it and do it. Do you
Look at
understand
the
that? Are you
math.
capable of comprehending what I'm
But
saying or not?
you guys
Am I
are
speaking clear English or not?
No,
Because it seems like
look at our
it
revenue
seems like
and look at how
I'm
much we
talking, but you're
spend.
not getting it.
no.
I don't
Listen,
understand.
guys. Zizi is saying that we could spend the money, but we're not.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're saying the same thing, aren't you?
No, I'm saying that this not the means to do it does not play any role here because other teams which do not have the means to do it are doing it anyways. It's all a matter of willingness to
Yeah,
do it,
because they
even
don't
if you
give a
don't have the means.
because they
Then
they don't
you
give a
don't
fuck about
understand?
that.
Even
They
if
don't
you
care
don't
Oh
about
my
have the
God.
means, having the means plays no role here because Juventus should not have the means to do it. They do it.
They have
Roma
fiat
should not
backing.
have the means to do it.
What do
They
you
do
mean? They have Exor behind them.
it.
They have the means. Juventus has the means. They have
Oh my
Exor behind
God,
them.
bro. Oh my God, but
No. Okay, but Red John
this
is
is so
saying
funny. This is so
Red John
funny.
is saying generally,
This is
if you
so funny, bro.
hold on, chill.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure it
Red,
no,
is. I'm so confused.
Red John is
yeah.
saying that even if you don't have a means, go in debt, do it, risk it, do it, just fucking get it
Yeah,
done, right? That's what
like
you're
they are doing it, man, because they are doing it. So you saying that we have the
saying. Okay,
means
but
doesn't
we
add
know
anything
that
to the
Redbird
conversation.
does not want to do that. Redbird wants to
Yeah,
have this club be ready to be sold at any time,
exactly,
and we
Great.
need
exactly.
The
the
thing is,
balance sheet needs to be good.
but the revenue and the numbers And if you look at all
Yeah,
the
you're right.
financial FFP requirements, we have the ability to spend very good money on transfer fees, much more on salaries, and we don't.
This
That's
isn't a
my issue.
revelation. I mean, look at what Roma
Yeah.
spent. Look at what the other teams
Yeah.
spend. This is
Yeah.
All right.
well known.
Yeah,
You know,
Antonio, go
they're
ahead.
underspending. No, I'm just saying, like we've known this for a while. Like, look at what the other teams spend. We're in a better financial situation, but it doesn't matter. It's about the ownership and how much they want to spend. So it is what it is. We could have bought Ozyman this summer if we wanted to. We have the money, but you know, we're not going to. So today was an awful game. Just want to come in and say, very, very disappointed and very scared about the season. I think the season's pretty much over already.
I agree.
Wow, I've never heard Antonio be so
Yes,
negative.
Bravo, Antonio. Bravo.
All
The
right,
team
we
is
got
just destroyed. It's shattered. There's no soul. You can see 2 goals against this awful team today. I'm sorry, but I like the
And it could have been
individual
more.
players, but they were not a good team. And you conceded 2 goals in like 5 minutes. What is that? Why are we spending money on Emerson Royale? Like, I don't understand.
Because
He
he's
does
the next
nothing the whole
Cafu.
game.
It's the coach.
Well, maybe Rock says that, but no, I'm just kidding. But overall, I like Abraham, but the problem isn't the individual. And I will go as far as to say this: even with these, we all know the money issue. We all know the ownership and management. So that's the big overall theme. But even I think it's the manager right now as well, which they appointed, of course. But something is wrong because even with Pioli, we had an identity and we don't have one anymore. I mean, yes, we conceded goals, but we got the job done against teams like this, and we always started the season off well. And there's no guarantee that we're going to do better at the end of the season with this manager. So there's nothing. We're going into uncertainty, and I don't know how long he's going to last. So overall, very bad, and Fonseca should be sacked.
Now, yeah.
Wow.
Yo, I gotta go,
Immediately.
guys. I love you
Hey,
all.
thank you.
Everyone.
Great
Thanks for
stuff.
listening to my dumb shit.
Have a good
You
one.
guys are great.
No, awesome
Have a
stuff.
good day.
You and Red John need to go at it more often.
Dude,
That's
I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be nice. So if everyone knows that it's just jokes and it's like arguing means
no,
nothing.
it's not jokes. It's not
All right.
jokes. It's
I mean,
serious.
nothing's more serious than Milan. But if everyone can just argue and no hard feelings, I'm there. So, anyways, take care, guys. Have a great day. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having
Ron.
me on. Always.
Have a good one, man.
Appreciate it.
Come back.
Alright.
Come back again.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. See you guys.
Later, brother. Maldinho, what's up, bro?
I'm
That's
good.
me, right?
I'm good. Yep. You
What
can
do
hear
you
me,
got
right?
to say?
I
We
mean,
can hear you.
what's there to say? I mean, it's obvious, man. It's the coach and the ones who appointed him. Um, like you are talking about players, but I mean, didn't we get Fofana, who's supposed to be one of the best uh in this current generation in the midfield? We got Babelovic, who's also good. We have Liao and Theo, who are ones of the best in the world. We got Morata and Abraham. I mean, that we have Renders, which is also good, who's also good. So I think it's the coach. Like we literally lost to Parma and we draw against Torino and we couldn't do shit against Lazio. So is it the players? Do they have better players than us? I don't think so. I think we have way like our players are way better than their players, but we still
Lazio, for sure. We have better players than Lazio. There's no doubt.
Lazio, Torino, and Parma, yeah, but we still like they played better than us. They outplayed us. Like it felt like we are not even a team.
Yeah.
Like we are a team from Serie B or something. So it's the coach, and whose fault it is? It is the management who appointed this coach. So we are talking about the players and spending and stuff. I don't think it's about the players. It's the coach. It's obvious.
Yeah.
I think it's
Last
a both combination of both, honestly. Because when we actually had good players, Pioli was able to win us a Scudetto. I really don't care how it
I
happened.
disagree with that.
but
But okay.
I don't really care how it happened. The fact of the matter is, the players that we had were able to compete. The players we have right now cannot compete with the best teams. Plain and simple.
But
I
still,
do.
like,
I actually agree with that. Red John, why do you disagree with that?
I disagree with it because I don't think that the team we had with Pioli was better than this team. player-wise.
Oh, so you hold
The
on, hold on, hold on.
Scudetto winning team.
This is
Hold
nonsense.
on.
This is nonsense.
Yes.
This is utter
Yeah, it
nonsense. So
was.
you're
It
telling
was
me,
better.
you're telling me right now that you believe our midfield is better than Benacer, Tonali, and Kessie. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. What
No.
am I even listening to?
But
What
our
am I
midfield
listening
isn't that worse than that midfield.
No,
and
it's
those
a lot
No, I
midfielders.
think I think
Do
I
you-
think
do
it,
you
I think it,
Worst-
Even if-
in my
even
in
if
my
it's well.
opinion,
Worst
in my
case
opinion,
scenario.
we've
Worst
literally
case
gone
scenario.
down.
Okay,
This
let's-
midfield is the same as the one. Somehow
let's take-
No.
somehow you forget that the same KC was the KC that for 3 years in a row people were calling him Gamba Vidinho, right?
Yeah, but those
So it's
same
not
people
that-
are the people that thought Redbird was going to be the savior of AC Milan. So you know,
No,
it
but
doesn't-
no,
doesn't matter.
those are the same people who were looking at KC and whistling him during the matches because KC was trash. So
But
all
that
of a
doesn't
sudden
matter
now
what those people
KC.
say. Those are idiots.
No, but KC was actually bad, man. It's not that these people were bad to KC because they were evil people. KC was playing really bad.
No, it's not
Right,
about
and then-
you being evil.
and then-
It's about being unknowledgeable. It's about not being
No,
able
no,
to know what they see.
Roy, I know that you have the luxury of me not being able to see your thoughts or hear your thoughts on videos back then when KC first came,
Red
but
John, do
KC
you know
was
how many goals we
was an
conceded last year?
unwatchable player for me.
No, he was not.
Until he became a decent player.
KC was what?
KC
Tell me right
was
now.
the
Tell me
best
right now,
midfielder in
how many
Serie A
goals-
at a certain point.
Hold on, Roy. Red
At
John,
a certain
you
point, man.
answer.
Yeah, 3 years
How
after he
many
came.
goals
Yeah.
did we concede last year? How many goals did we concede last year?
I don't know a lot,
Oh,
but
of
it
course
does
you
not
don't
matter.
know.
This does
This
not
is the
make your
problem.
point, man.
This is the problem.
This does not.
You don't
This
know.
does not.
Do you know how
No.
many
Oh
goals
my
we
God.
conceded when we won the league?
Listen, guys,
No,
You
I'll
are
he's
tell you.
right.
comparing.
He's right. We had
You
a
are
bit of
comparing two
midfield.
different things.
We had a
Listen,
bit
you
of
are
midfield.
comparing two different things.
I'll tell you
Two
straight up,
different
guys.
But John, you
And
said the
and
team
and
is not as good. So no.
no.
You said
That
they're
team
not
wasn't
good.
as good. No, but
No,
it's a fact. That team
It was
It
that
better
team
than a week.
wasn't.
better.
Listen, okay, I understand, Nathan, but just let me speak so we understand
Do
each
you
other better,
understand?
right? Now, it's
It was
very
100%
simple.
better. The team before and the team before that was better too. And the team
Okay,
before that.
where did all these players go, man? KC is playing in.
I don't care, bro. I
No,
don't
but
care.
that doesn't.
That's
That,
football.
that's
about
Now,
doesn't mean
I don't
anything.
care. I don't care. John.
It's
I
very
don't care
simple.
about
It's
that.
very simple. It was
I
in a
don't care
time
about
where Pioli knew what he was doing, and
Because he had the
John,
the
personality.
how
same.
many goals
And
did we concede?
well, okay, man.
How many
Because
goals
Pioli
did
was
we
gonna win
concede?
forever if he had Cassie there, right? Now,
No,
the
you
point
just
is the point is very simple in my point of view, right? The point is very simple. After a while, your momentum finishes, right? You are not able to do what you were doing successfully before, maybe because you are not clear or you cannot update yourself fast enough, or maybe because others figured you out and you cannot move from that I don't know position you put yourself into, right? And this is the problem that we had with Pioli, and this is the problem and the reason why we started conceding a lot of goals. And this is the same thing. This is the
listen
same
to
thing
me.
that we are talking right now.
Listen to me.
John, you
hold
really
on.
have no
Sorry.
clue how the game.
Oh
is
my
played.
God,
This is
Nathan!
One
sad.
second.
It was
One
the same.
second.
It was
Hold
the
on. We
same
don't
team
need to
that.
go there, guys. We don't need to go
It was
there.
the same team that with Gianpaolo was trash, man. It was the same team.
No, it
Tonali was
wasn't.
there. Tonali was there. Kessie was there. Kessie
Tonali
was
was
there.
not with
Benacer,
Gianpaolo. What are you talking about?
Benacer was there, and Kessie were there, man. They were there.
No,
When
completely
we
different.
were
Listen.
15
Okay,
with
Richard, we
Gianpaolo.
heard you. We heard you. We heard
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
but
But
because
listen.
you seem to have forgotten.
No. Okay, but it was not the same team. It was not the same team with Gianpaolo. The year that we finished second, then we won the Scudetto, we had Ibrahimovic, first of all, that was that made that team already better than this one. And also our team was built properly. Right now, and our midfield at the time, compared to the other midfields in Serie A, was maybe the best one. It was the best one. We didn't.
No.
If we would have maintained Elliott, Maldini, Massara, Gazidis right now, we'd probably be talking about why aren't we fucking winning the Champions League? You know, that's what we'd be talking about. With the change of ownership, we have lost 3 or 4 classes, not only in the management but also in the roster. And I think, unfortunately, it goes back to this concept: shiny things. Some things are diamonds, some things are glass. And I think, Red John, I'm sorry to say this.
We lost Kessie with Maldini there, man. Maldini was there when we lost Kessie.
I
Not
think
the-
yeah.
not
No,
like Maldini
because
disappeared.
yeah,
He
because
doesn't understand the
hold
game.
on.
That's all it is.
Hold on.
This is crazy.
I think Red John, you're still a little bit drunk on this mercato and spending money, and you think
Sure.
that
Okay.
that equates to more quality.
No, this
But
Mercato did not get me drunk at all. The
and
problem is that you guys
and
are
the one
forgetting
before
that
also.
Maldini was there when we didn't renew Kessie. It's not like Maldini
Yeah,
disappeared.
because
He was
Elliot
there.
Who gives the money? Who
Elliot
gives the
didn't want
money?
to.
But it doesn't matter because of this or because of that. It doesn't matter. Even I can
So
can
wait a
do
minute.
can do a team if I
Maldini's the
get
one that
No,
controls
you
all the
can't.
players
bank
that
account,
I
You
want.
can't.
Maldini was there when Kessie
None of
didn't
us.
renew.
There's only
So
one
you
person
cannot
on
blame
this
it on
planet.
the
There's
management.
only one person on this planet that can do what Maldini does, and that's Maldini. Maldini is literally
Okay,
1 in 8
okay.
billion.
That
None of us
that
can
is
do.
true. That is
That's
true.
true.
Now
That's
let's
true.
go to the points that matter. The points that matter are these.
No, that
When
point does
Kessie
matter
left,
because
when Kessie
Milan.
left, Maldini was there, man. Maldini was there. First of all, second of all, when we finished fifth, Tonali was there together with Maldini, man. It's not like they disappeared. They were
All right,
there when we
okay,
finished fifth.
but
So you
for
cannot
some
tell me all of
reason,
a sudden that
for
these
some
guys
reason,
are
but
gods.
this is the issue that I have with you in that story. But because you have this, I don't know, you get this hard on to point the finger at Maldini. You don't want to
Oh my
understand
God, bro.
that year. No, but
Mhm.
it's true. That year, the management and the ownership did not work with Maldini. How do you expect Maldini
Yep.
to
They
achieve
literally said-
anything if they didn't work with him? How do you expect them to achieve anything?
They
But
They
literally
broke
said
it.
in my first
And
year,
listen,
How do you
we
know,
decided
man,
to
that
do
was the
nothing.
reason? You don't know them.
They
You are
did an
just
interview.
saying stuff.
John, they
It
did
doesn't
an
matter.
interview.
No,
Right now,
No,
we're
Maldini
arguing
never
bad
said
faith.
that the
We're
team
arguing
didn't
bad
play
faith.
well on the pitch because I didn't have good relationships with fucking
that's
Tonali. He
not.
never said that.
Watch the interview.
You
No,
are
that's
making the
not how it
connection.
works.
Did you
No,
not watch
that's
You are
the
making the
interview?
connection.
this is ignorance. Now you're going. Now
Did
you're
you
not.
not
It's not
listen?
It's
Did
ignorant.
you
This
not listen to
this
any
is
of the
pure facts.
interviews?
no,
This
no,
is
no. But
something
you
that you
don't
are not
understand.
comprehending.
You
That's the problem.
don't understand how this works. Red John, I think you believe that the only thing that matters is the 11 players on the pitch and the coach, and everything else doesn't matter. I think you don't understand that it's a whole infrastructure. That it's a chain. It's a chain. It's a chain of command, and they all need to work together in order for the team to perform. And you don't.
You have to make up your mind, Roy. No,
You can't say
but Roy,
short.
you have a problem here. Roy,
John,
you have a problem here because
John,
you switch your definitions. No, but Nathan, please let me
No
finish
one
this.
is
You
switching.
switch your definitions when it comes to us finishing fifth, and then
Red John,
something
listen
different
to
happens,
me.
Roy. But
Red
wait,
John,
man, just let me finish. Wait,
no,
just
because
have patience
you
because
have to understand something about
the
me.
same thing
I
gets
don't
turned
care about
around.
that fifth
Yeah,
spot
but
to me doesn't
the
matter.
same thing
I am not
gets
like
turned
you guys.
around when we go to the semifinal of the Champions League. All of a sudden, everything clicks, and it was Maldini's.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
So it
That
was
was all
Maldini's
Maldini.
doing when
That
we
was
go
all
in the
Maldini.
semifinal, but it wasn't his doing
But
when we
listen,
finished fifth.
because
Which
I
one is it,
understand.
man?
No, listen,
John,
but
you're
because
the
cannot be
exact
both.
hold on,
same person
guys,
that points the
fucking
finger whenever we don't do anything good. You're the same person. So at one
hold-
moment it matters, and then the next moment it doesn't matter. So
but
which
hold
one
on.
is it?
I just
Guys, let
proved
me
it
just
the
fucking
opposite.
finish saying this and don't interrupt me. Only idiots are here fucking saying we finished fifth, therefore we need to fire Maldini. Only an idiot thinks
Who said that? Who said that?
what? But no, I'm saying that.
Who said
I'm
that?
saying that if you have Maldini and you finish fifth and you think you have to fire Maldini, it's because you're illiterate in football.
Okay.
Yeah,
illiterate.
if Maldini can finish fifth one year, but then let's see what he does the next year. We're still, you know, what's the difference between a champion?
But we are not talking about
Hold on,
that at all.
Red John. When a champion falls, he gets up and he's still a champion. When an amateur falls, he gets up and he's still an amateur. You understand this? Because
that's not the
He
topic,
does it
man.
because John doesn't
He
understand.
Why are you
doesn't
telling me
get it.
this?
He doesn't
This is not the
understand
topic.
No, because
I don't
He
understand.
doesn't
I told you
understand.
before in the
You
WhatsApp
don't
chat,
understand.
if you're going to take these positions and point the finger at the fifth spot, that means that Galliani should have been fired a million times. That means that Berlusconi should have been gone. That means that
But
Braida
we
should
are
have
not
been
talking
gone.
about firing. Why are you bringing this up? We are talking about which team was better, the team back then or the team
Yeah,
now.
the team of the Scudetto was clearly
I'm telling you,
better than this one, 100%, no doubt,
but,
no
but
doubt.
how was the team of the Scudetto better when we had the same backline as the team of the Scudetto?
No, we
Yes,
No,
didn't.
but
we
we
What are you
were
talking
talking
about?
about the midfield.
yes we do, man.
Yeah,
Yes we
exactly.
do.
Exactly. See, exactly.
What
Right
do you
there.
mean?
Right there. Do you see how he
Sure.
completely changed the whole thing?
How did I
Repeat what you
completely
just said.
change?
Repeat what you just said. Not you, John.
What?
Whoever just said
We,
about
we were talking
about
about
we're
the
not
midfield. Yeah, we were comparing the midfield. That's it.
exactly.
Like
And,
the midfield now we have like they have better
Mhm.
dribbling when it comes to dribbling. They're better at that, but everything else, the midfield we had before, like the Scudetto season, like they were better, like way better. Like when it comes to defense, to movement without the ball, positioning, everything, it was
exactly.
overall more balanced. Like now, okay, they can dribble and stuff, but
And
they
let me
can't
add on to
defend.
this.
They can't.
They
Let,
they can't
let
even
me add on
dribble.
to let me add on to that. What Tonali and Kessie did was also free up Leao from other responsibilities, giving him and Teo more freedom to actually do what they do.
And
But
their movement
again,
without the ball was way better.
exactly, their movement without the ball is completely different. Tonali and Kessie can not only get forward and score goals, but they can reliably get back and defend and get the ball. Reindeers, Loftus Cheek, Musa cannot do this point blank simple.
Exactly.
To say otherwise, you're kidding yourself.
Just look at Musa. Like when it comes to dribbling, he can literally go past 2 or 3 players. But like most of the times, you look at him, he's just lost in the midfield. He doesn't know where to go. He needs to go back, left, right, forward. He's just lost.
And Ollie, you're saying, okay, look at all these goals. Wow, RLT scored 10 goals, Yobi scored goals. Okay, but we conceded 70. You know what?
Exactly.
I would rather not sell Tonali and have Tonali so I don't fucking concede 70 goals rather than scoring 100 goals.
But guys, like, let's not kid ourselves and say that
Listen,
with
I'm telling you
Tonali there,
guys.
we don't concede goals because we did concede goals.
Yeah,
We
okay.
finished
No,
fifth.
no. Okay,
I'm
John,
telling
this
you
is why
guys.
I
So,
asked you.
You
what are we
guys,
doing
We
here
can
now?
see.
you guys got
That's
drunk.
why I said that.
Last
That's
year,
why
a
I
lot
said
of
that,
you
Roy.
guys saw this club spending money. You got excited, you got drunk, and you fucking think that all of a sudden we became Real Madrid. You guys got to
No, we didn't think
wake
that.
up. I know
No,
you're
we
all.
didn't think
I
that.
know
What did I
you're
ask John,
starting to
Roy?
wake up. I know you're starting to wake up, but you got to fully wake
No,
up.
no, but guys, this is very simple. With Tonali there, we finished fifth. Now, what are we
How
talking about?
many
Why are
goals
we
did we
making it?
concede when we had those three?
I don't remember how many
30,
This
goals
is
we
30
the
goals,
conceded,
fucking
30 goals.
problem. This
You
is
were
the
the team that
okay.
conceded
oh
the
my
least
god,
amount of
that's your
goals.
fucking
No,
problem. Like,
John,
what are
because
we
I
even
need you to
talking about,
stop
Nathan?
talking.
Nathan,
I need you to stop talking and
but
actually
you
understand
intervened.
what's being
You
said.
intervened while I
Because
was
you are
talking, man.
not listening. Because you have not answered a single question. I asked you how many
I
goals
just did.
did we concede last? No, you did it. Roy did. Exactly. Shut up and
Oh
listen.
my god.
Last year we conceded over 70 fucking goals. When we won the
Yes.
Scudetto, we
Mhm.
conceded 30. Do
Yes.
you not understand what is going on?
And I told you, why are you going back there? I told you that we lost KC after that, right? And we didn't renew it with the management that we
Bro,
had
that is
back
beside the
then.
point. I asked you said
No,
the team is not much bigger.
no,
John, you need to stay on
because
topic.
And
Stop. Stay on
because
topic. Stay
no,
on topic. That's all I'm gonna
I
ask you.
am
Stay on topic.
Nathan. I
okay,
am
okay.
on
What does
topic.
renewal?
Let's
What
move
does
You
on.
have
Let's
renewal?
move on. Red John
Hold on,
thinks
hold
no,
that
on,
no,
this
no,
listen,
no.
team
hold
is
on.
better. We
What does
don't. Let's
what
just
does
move on.
renewal? What does
It is.
renewing have to do with the quality of the team? We're not talking about renewals. That's a completely separate topic. We can change it to that if you want to, but that's not what the heck we're talking about.
Because you
That's the
guys also
problem right
you
there.
guys because Roy said that once the management changed,
Yeah,
everything changed, and I said that it
yeah,
was doing that
100%.
management that we lost KC. It was doing the other management, the management that you
Yeah, but it's
hated.
Yeah,
the whole thing. It
The
is.
other management was no friend of the Milan cause. The only reason
Yeah,
why we were able to,
I
the
know
only
because
reason why you were able to celebrate the
Mhm.
Scudetto was because of Maldini and Massara. That's it.
It
And
is
I
the
had
whole
said
thing.
that
It
as
is
well.
the
I had
whole
said that as
structure,
well,
man.
Roy. By the way, let me remind you that you were on the other side of the fence back then.
Yeah,
If
now
you,
you
if
are
yeah.
simping for the fucking worst ever management in
I am
history. I
not.
don't get it.
I,
I don't get it.
I,
I
I,
don't
I
get
Just
it.
I am
just
not.
look at
I am not.
Chelsea and Manchester United. Like they literally spent millions buying the best players in the world. Literally billions. I'm not saying millions. And look at them now. Eh, they have the worst managements. They are getting the worst coaches. It's the whole thing. It's the whole structure. Just like Roy said, it's not only about the 11 players that start the game. It's the whole thing.
For sure. I never disagreed with that.
And that's why I'm saying, like, we still, like, I don't agree that we have like the worst players. Like, why are we losing to fucking Parma, and why are we not
Yeah.
winning the first 3 games?
Is-
We're still not
Why are
that
we?
bad.
Why are we conceding 6 goals? This is not a matter of players.
But
This is a matter of.
because we have
This
no
is a
fucking
matter of
midfield.
clarity, Nathan. It's not FIFA, man, where you buy
Jesus,
Mr. X.
bro.
You buy Mr. X, you place him there, and he has defense of 90, and therefore the defense becomes
This
better.
is actually
It's not that,
hilarious.
man.
The fact
It's not
that you
FIFA.
don't get it. That's all it is. You just
Okay,
don't
okay,
fucking get
Guys,
it.
listen,
okay,
with
okay. I don't get it.
Maldini, Costa Curta, and whatever, we finished 11th. We finished 11th in 98. So does that mean
Yeah,
that all of a sudden we have to get rid of these guys?
but no,
What the
but this
fuck?
is my
What
point,
is
Roy.
what
This
is
is my
this
point.
conversation you guys
Roy,
are having?
Roy, but this is my point, man. That with Maldini, Costa Curta, that were real good players, but didn't have a good system, they finished 11th. And this is what I'm saying. That with these players that we have, which are good players, but we are conceding a lot of goals, it's because we don't have a system.
They're
Siroy,
not.
thank you
Bro, we
very
No,
don't
much.
no,
have,
no.
bro,
Listen to
Checkmate,
me.
mic
Listen
midfield.
to
drop, and
me.
everything. Yo,
Listen to
Midfield.
yo,
me.
to the three, to the.
Listen to me.
Midfield.
You no.
Oh
Hold
my
on. Let me
god.
That
fucking talk.
that was a
Hold on.
checkmate.
Oh my
That was
No,
a
it's
checkmate. I
not.
gotta say though.
Because the
Nah,
issue
it
is
was a
here
checkmate,
that
bro. That was a
Red
checkmate.
John, because you were so thirsty to see money being spent, you thought that Chukwueze was the best winger in Serie A. You
Yes,
think
yeah.
Reinders is the best midfielder in Serie A. You think Loftus-Cheek, blah, blah, blah. But you know how we fixed that 11th spot? By buying Rui
Oh,
Costa, by getting Nesta, by getting
yeah, and I
Seedorf,
agree.
by getting
And I
Pirlo,
agree.
by getting Gattuso,
I agree.
Shevchenko, Inzaghi, Kaká, by getting
I agree.
Cafu, not by getting
I
Yeah.
don't think you
Rangers,
do agree. I don't
Fofana,
think you
and
do agree.
fucking Pavlovich.
But you don't know. But Roy, you don't know yet because it's still a problem of the system. We
No,
have to also
no,
find
What do
no,
someone
you
no, no,
mean we
who
no.
can
don't
make these
know?
players
No,
work.
You're
we
not
do
even. You're not
know.
watching the
Yes,
We
games, bro.
knew
You're not
Seedorf was
watching the
one of the
games.
best. We
guys,
knew
guys.
Shevchenko was one of the best. We knew Nesta was one of the best. We knew Rui Costa was one of the best. These guys that we're getting, you think they're the best because you fall for the
No, but
mercato. You're
guys,
being
Roy,
you're
listen,
falling for the.
Roy,
Oh my God, they're
Roy.
spending money. Oh, I'm so
No,
excited. We're Real
wrong,
Madrid
wrong.
now. Come
Roy,
on,
the
that's what.
same Shevchenko, actually, after he won the Ballon d'Or, went to Chelsea. Can Chelsea fans say, we knew that Shevchenko was the best? No, because he failed there. So it's a matter of systems, Roy. It's not just a matter of players. So now I'm going forward and I'm saying
Okay,
very
yeah.
clearly
All right.
that we
All
don't
right,
have, we don't,
okay. So if we would have brought in Tammy
oh,
Abraham instead of Shevchenko, Tammy Abraham would have won the Ballon d'Or. Is that what you're saying?
no, that's not what
Yes,
I'm
that
saying.
is what
But
you just fucking said, bro.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm telling you very clearly that also a player that
I
is
can't, guys.
proven,
I can't talk.
has proven to be world class can fail, man. It happens. It's not
Yeah,
something
it
like that.
can fail, right?
Yeah,
And
it
when they
can. It
fail, what do you
can.
do? What do you do when they fail? When the world class people fail, what do you do?
What?
When a world class player person fails, what do you do? Do you fire him? Do you get rid of him? Or do you try
Oh my
again
God,
next year?
you are back to Maldini, man. You're killing me with Maldini is
No,
gone, man.
because you can't use that argument once you disqualify the Maldini argument.
But
You have to
I'm
make up
not
your
talking
mind.
about Maldini. But I'm
Either
not
you
talking about.
value the quality of the personnel or you don't.
But I am not. Maldini is gone, Roy. Sorry to tell you, but he is not coming back, man. We have to now make plans for the future without Maldini. I'm
No,
sorry
I
to
know
say that.
Maldini's gone, but you are behaving as if the guys that we brought in are world class.
No, I'm not saying that.
Moving towards the future is not fucking being delusional. Moving
When
towards the
did I say
future,
that? No,
you are
no,
being delusional.
I never. I literally had a debate with that Z guy for 1 hour about the fact that we are not spending, and now we don't have world class players, and now you're coming to me with this idea that I'm saying that we have world class players. Like this is ridiculous. Like, are you even here when we have debates? I'm telling you that we don't have world
No,
class players
you
because
compare
we don't spend.
you said checkmate when I did the argument of Maldini finishing
Yes,
11th,
yes, yes,
right? Okay.
and
All
and
right.
the checkmate.
And then you compared this team to the 98 team. You said
Yes, let me.
so that's
Roy,
why
Roy, Roy, listen.
I'm
I thought I
educating
thought
you.
it was
That's why I'm
clear. I thought it was
educating
clear.
you.
I thought it was clear, but maybe me assuming that was the mistake. Let me make it clear to you. Just because I'm comparing the phenomena. does not mean that I'm comparing the players. What I'm saying here is this: that these players might be good, not world class, Roy. Just so we have it clear, they are not
Yeah,
Maldini.
but
Okay, do you understand that part?
Tonali Kessie, that was a world class duo. We don't have
They
a
are
world
not
class duo.
Maldini either. Tonali and Garcia are not Maldini either, Roy, by the way, just so you know. Now, they
Okay.
are
Yeah,
not on the
and
level.
Reindeers and
Now
Musa and
listen.
Loftus Cheek are not Tonali and they're not Kessie.
They are not Maldini either. Now, here's the point. The point is this: that
Yeah, but
I made
they're
that.
not
I
The
Tonali
I
and they're
point,
not
made that.
the
Kessie.
point
I
is
made
that
that
you think
example, Roy.
the system of you bring a coach, you put in the system, everything is cured. That's your point. I get it. It's stupid. It's not the way it
no,
works.
but
I'm sorry
no,
to
but
tell.
the point, Roy. The point is this: that these players you cannot judge right now because clearly the coach does not have a system and cannot incorporate these players into the
Listen to
system.
me,
So in other words, these
Red
players
John.
now are looking worse than
Red
they
John.
are.
If you take
Is the
these
point.
players, the year we won the Scudetto, we're not winning the Scudetto because that with these
I
players,
don't know. I don't know
no,
that.
I know.
It's us.
But
I
You
know.
don't
that's the
either.
thing.
No, no,
No,
no.
Roy.
John,
Hold
you
on,
If I
hold
don't
on.
know,
Wait,
you
just because
don't
hold on,
either.
you
Nathan.
don't
You
Wait,
know,
don't.
wait.
just because
I
you don't
know
know doesn't
because I
mean we
said this
don't
shit
know.
before it happened. Why did I say it
Roy.
before it happened?
Roy, but
Because I
listen.
saw it. But hold on,
Roy,
no, Ray John,
listen.
hold on. No, you listen. You bring this team to the year we won the Scudetto, we're not conceding 30 goals. We're conceding 50. We're conceding 60. We're not winning the fucking Scudetto. You
But Roy,
understand?
listen.
You
But can I
Roy,
ask you
fucking
listen.
think.
this, Roy?
The
Roy, Roy.
reason, Roy,
Can
but
I?
listen.
Can I?
The,
If
just let me finish my thought, and I'll
No,
shut
there's
up after
nothing
that.
you can tell me, Red John. So just
No,
say it. But I
it's
don't
very
care what you
simple.
say.
Roy,
No,
okay,
no.
but
There's
Roy,
nothing you can say.
this
Say
is
it.
not how you do
Say
debates,
it.
Roy.
Say it.
This is not how
Just
you do
say it.
debates.
Say it. Say it.
Roy, listen, it's very simple. It's the same thing as me asking Roy, the year we got Cassie when he was playing really, really bad, and telling him, "Can you imagine this guy, this Cassie, and we put him in a team that is going to win the Scudetto?" He would probably tell me no,
No, I
because
would have
Cassie
said
was
yes.
playing really bad.
I
So,
saw
but
Kessie as
no,
a top
man,
player
no,
before. I saw
you cannot
Kessie.
be
No, you
disingenuous
don't
right
because
now
you
for
don't
no
know what you're
reason.
seeing. I do. Sorry if I know these things.
Cassie
Sorry
was
that.
really bad, my
And
man.
No,
that's
He
no,
the
was
no, no.
really
thing.
bad. I'm sorry. I'm
John
sorry
is
to break
not
this up.
versed enough in this game to actually talk about
This is
That's
anything.
the
crazy.
problem.
This is
He's
crazy.
simply not. He's
This
simply
is
not. He's
Because
crazy.
simply
because
not.
he did not know what he was seeing when he saw Kessie.
This is
Because
crazy.
hold on.
Because
He
he was
When
simply is
being
not.
benched,
hold
man. He
He's
was
on.
being
simply
Shut up.
benched
not.
Shut
by
up.
He's simply
by
When I
not
Biglia,
guys
man. He
understanding
was
us.
being
guys
benched by
when I
Biglia.
first saw Kessie, I knew Kessie was a top player. When I first saw him, the first moment I saw him at
How could
Milan.
you justify? How could you
Because
justify it?
I know
Because he
what
was
football.
trash.
Because I
He
know
was
the
trash.
game. You don't know the game. You fought your quiz. You don't know the
It's
game.
very simple like
Exactly.
that, way. It's
Exactly.
very simple when you have no evidence and
Exactly.
you are just making shit up right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. And that's the
You,
thing. That's the thing. So
yeah, yeah, that's
you're
the
saying
thing.
I'm lying. You're saying I'm lying.
No, I'm saying that it's clearly a lie because I didn't meet a
Who
single
the fuck
one
is
who liked
everybody?
Cassie.
Why did every coach play Kessie every single fucking game, no
They
matter what?
didn't. They literally benched him for Biglia, my man. They literally benched him for Biglia. What are you talking about? He only got game time with Gattuso. What are we talking about, Roy?
No. Listen, he was playing. He was playing regularly, and then when Gattuso came, he played all the time. But listen, regardless of this, you're saying I'm a liar. Fuck you, first of all. But
No,
second of all, no,
this is ridiculous.
no. But
This is ridiculous,
second of all,
bro.
I saw Kessie was a top player right away. And if you don't want to believe me and you think I'm a liar, fuck you. That's all I got to say, bro.
How is this an argument? Are we normal people
Listen,
having a
do I
conversation
accuse
here,
you
or
for
what is
being a
this?
liar? Are you when we have argument? Do I accuse you for
No,
being a liar?
I didn't accuse you of being a liar, Lord.
I knew.
I am merely accusing you of not remembering well.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm merely accusing you of not remembering your feelings well, right? Just like everyone else that I had
Okay, all
around
right.
me
Listen,
that
these
were,
stupid
yeah,
games that the I don't play these stupid games. I
yeah.
listen when Redbird built this team, the first thing that I said, and the guys that are versed in football, Nathan said, this team is going to fucking be open. People are going to score on us left
Yep.
and
Since
right
day fucking
since day
one.
one, and that's what happened. With the other team, no, that was not going to happen. That wasn't going to happen.
And matter of fact, Roy, you remember the second year after we had Tonali, he had a subpar year. In the summer, I said verbatim, Tonali is going to be a starter. Because I fucking know these things. When I watch the game, I understand what the fuck I'm seeing. But fucking Red John's gonna come here and fucking say the team is fucking better or the same. Get the fuck out of here.
You're Red John, man. You're
I can't
something.
believe
It's
this. I can't
ridiculous, bro.
believe
It's
we can see
ridiculous.
30 goals when we won the Scudetto, and then we concede 70
But
this year. But
it's
he says the team is fucking better. That is the
understand,
fucking
Nathan?
asinine
Do you
thing I've ever fucking heard in my life, bro.
Who's a better player, Jordan or LeBron?
Oh, wait, Jordan or who?
LeBron James.
Bro, Jordan is miles better.
But
What's
LeBron
your
James
point?
won
They're not the
more.
same.
But he won more.
LeBron James has not won more championships than Michael
Fuck,
Jordan.
I don't know my
Exactly,
basketball, to be honest.
Exactly. Then shut
But
the
you don't know your
fuck up.
football.
You said then. Then
But
shut the
there,
fuck up.
is there
John, wait.
I don't know my basketball, to be honest.
Next.
Is there no,
Checkmate
this
next.
was a troll. But wait, is there a player who won more than
awful.
Jordan, my man?
That
Is there a
was
player? There must have been
awful.
someone. I don't know.
Yeah,
Is there a player who won more?
Larry Bird won.
Yeah,
Larry
is
Bird won
Larry
more
Bird better
championships.
than Michael?
No.
But they played at the same time,
he's
so it
not.
doesn't matter. They played at the same time, right?
Jordan is the best ever, period.
Did Larry Bird play at the same time as Jordan?
Yeah. Well, the end of his career, yeah.
Okay. Was he good back then or not?
Wait. Where's Ray? Ray, I was literally I was about to get Ray in because he was waiting. Okay, here he is. Ray, what's up, bro?
I've never heard blasphemy like
Hello,
this.
guys.
Go ahead. Say your piece.
Guys, I don't think the problem is Jerry.
John. You're setting up a nice conversation, my man. Keep going.
Nah, man, you see, the problem is Furlani and Moncada, man. They don't want to spend over 20 million. How do you expect to get world-class players when you don't want to spend over 20 million?
So you're telling me Jerry is telling them
Jerry,
spend,
no,
but they're saying no, right?
Jerry's only giving you the money. He gave us 70 million euros this year. Yeah? That's a good amount.
That's a good amount. For Spezia or for Milan, you mean?
No, man, for Milan, that's a good amount.
No. Listen,
without sales, yeah.
Ray. I think Jerry, he is the one that decides this because he looks at every player as an investment and asset
and stuff. Yeah.
I think he's in the when it comes to that, he's the guy that's putting the money. It's his money, so he's the one responsible for the money. So I mean, it's hard to say that Jerry is not the one behind how much you spend on a player. I think he is very much behind and involved in that. Yeah, what else? Piss off Red John. Ray, piss off Red John, please. Just someone piss off Red John.
Nah, man.
That's
we need
impossible.
Blue John, man. We need Blue John.
I'm a fan favorite here, bro.
What's up?
Everyone talks about me.
You're famous.
The spirit of the fucking life.
Are you infamous? Are you infamous or are you famous?
I'm just
I don't think he knows the difference.
hard to. I don't know the difference.
No, I don't think
even in my third language. What are you talking about?
Maldini, you were about to say something?
Yeah, if we like with this team, if we got let's say Conte or Klopp, what do you think? What position will we finish the season with a top coach? With these players, then I'm gonna ask you the same question, but like if we got another CDM to play besides.
Let's say with these players, I think for example, Conte would put way more pressure on the management to do things correctly, and if he can be successful at that, we'd see better results.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know where they would finish, but they would have definitely won these two games.
Yep, I agree.
We should have
Yeah.
forgotten Conceição, man.
Should we?
I mean, he's got pedigree. He's got pedigree. He's one of these character coaches. You know, he's got a big personality, character. Red John, what do you think? If we would have gotten Conte with this team, where would we? Where would we? Where would we be?
This is not the team for Conte because we cannot play three at the back. We would
Not
have to
Conte,
invest
top
a lot.
coach, club, whatever.
Klopp, of course,
Yeah.
man. I think Klopp we wouldn't have been doing very well right now because Klopp is actually a gegenpressing coach. So it would have taken a while to actually insert the ideology into the players, right? But at least I think we would be winning by spirit or something, right? Because Klopp is that kind of a coach. But I don't think we would be playing great football or anything. It would come later. Same thing that happened in Liverpool, by the way. When he came, they didn't do great. When he came, they were struggling. But I think someone like the Zerbi would have been really good for us, right? Like you need a coach, an up and coming coach, someone who's gonna give you the hope that he's gonna become a top coach, not Fonseca, a player, a coach that has been around for years, has failed everywhere, has won less than Pioli. Now you want to somehow renew his career. Like what are we doing? Also renewing fucking the careers of the coaches. I don't know. Anyhow, he's not gonna get fired until the derby anyway. So let's see what happens. No, but this comment from Audi, for example, is really good. Like we scored directly after they entered. They had 25 minutes, and we had no idea how to push the ball forward. This is the problem. And also one thing that I didn't understand: why was Now in the middle of the pitch all 25 minutes? Why was he not wide? That one I didn't understand. And I like Tommy, by the way. Tommy played nice those minutes that he played.
Shit, I was muted. Sorry. Did you guys see Napoli today, by any chance? Who saw Napoli?
I didn't see it, but I saw that they won
I did.
in the 92nd and 97th minute. They
So
scored the 2 goals.
Napoli plays with an intensity that I've never seen before. I mean, yeah, I've seen Conte. I've seen Inter play with an intensity. I've seen Juventus play when Conte was a coach. But they're playing with a crazy amount of intensity. And they have a lot of quality. And they don't have Europe. So I think Napoli is going to be a problem as well for us this year.
Don't you think that the season is already over?
I think that's a big statement. You know, I mean, the season finishes in June, right?
I'm talking
So-
about like continuing with this coach.
With this coach, I think top 5 is possible with Fonseca, but would I risk that? I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't risk it with Fonseca. I would rather risk it with Sarri.
But Sarri is not a solution either. Sarri takes a while to get teams.
Everybody's going to take a while. Everybody.
Yeah,
There's
but
no
Sarri
there's no
is
such
kind
thing
of
as a coach.
known.
Sure, but there's no such thing as a coach that can come in and day one everything is different. Like, you know, if Fonseca hasn't even been given the proper amount of time.
He did the whole preseason. He should have already inserted into players' brains what needs to be done. I think he's not clear with himself. Also with the fact that he played the whole preseason with Pulisic in the middle, and then he just changed it after the first game. Like, are you not sure? Like, gives me Gianpaolo vibes. Gianpaolo went on about how Suso is such a wonderful cam and wonderful player, yada yada yada, and then he changed it up after the Udinese game.
He does have a very Gianpaolo-esque kind of aura to him, I would say, yeah. But he already did when he came to Roma. I mean, when he came to Roma, I don't remember being impressed with him. I don't remember anybody saying we need this guy to be our coach. I don't remember Roma being impressive. They just had that one stint where they won 8 games in a row, and there was a feeling maybe he was the guy, but then everything collapsed after that. And by the way, he got that 8 wins in a row after he went at 3 of the back. The 4 goals we conceded is the reason why you need 3 of the back. Like, just have 3 of the back. And you know what? I bet Venezia is playing 3 of the back.
The problem right now is the mentality.
Who's this guy? Life in Life. This guy's a usual troll. He always comes here in trolls. Who's this dude? Pioli could come in and get results. Guys, Pioli is a better coach than Fonseca. Can we agree on that? Does everybody
Way
disagree on
better.
that?
10 times better.
Anybody disagrees?
I disagree in the sense that it's too easy to say it right now while we are not getting results.
I mean, Pioli won the Scudetto and reached the semifinal of the Champions League. So
I understand, but how do you know that Fonseca is not gonna win every game after this? It's always hard to do it like this. Like,
I mean, look at his stats. What did he do?
But I'm saying there is a
conceded
world
6
in which
goals
he
in
wins
3
every game
games.
after this, and he wins
Yeah.
the treble.
No, there isn't, John. Because if once again, if you would understand how the game is fucking
Oh
played,
my
if you don't have a
How do you
midfield,
know?
because
Oh my
John, just listen. Will you please just listen?
Oh my god!
If you do not have a midfield that can shield your defense, you are going to, on a consistent basis, give up hardcore chances. You cannot comfortably sit here and say that your team is going to be successful if you are constantly giving up point-blank chances every game. That is a fundamental fact of the game itself.
I understand,
know-
Nathan. I saw the
I
3
don't
games
think
as
you
well,
do.
Nathan. You're
I
not
don't-
telling me something that I don't know.
But what
I
you
know.
don't understand, I don't
what
think
I
you
don't
understand. You still don't get
Yeah.
it, bro. You still don't get it. You
yeah,
think?
yeah, I know you, and you're
So
trying
what
really
you
hard,
want-
man, but I
what
don't
you
get it.
want- What you want is for us to score 300 goals and then
No,
somehow manage
no.
to not get scored on at all. And
No,
and
that's
hope and pray that that's how it's going to work.
That was a good guess, but that's not what I want.
Okay, I want you to tell me in what world how that works. If you continue to give up goals nonstop, I want you
No,
to explain
yeah.
to me in what world does that
I will
happen.
tell you. I will tell you how that
Please,
works.
please tell me.
You don't give out goals, and you score 1 goal more than the opponent if you do give out goals. But usually you don't, and then that's how you
But
win
we
every
do
game.
though. But usually
And
we
then,
do.
and then after that, Fonseca is the better coach than Pioli because he goes invincible for 1
Okay,
year
but now you
and
need to
wins
base your
everything.
stuff on
So
reality.
this
Usually we
Nathan,
do.
by the way, is what is called an hypothetical. Nathan, do you know the word? Do you
Yes,
need me
yes.
to
And now
define
let's
the word
base
for you?
now let's
Okay.
base your answer on actual facts and what happens during the
No,
fucking games.
no, an
No, exactly. No,
hypothesis.
exactly.
Hypothesis. It's exactly that, not based on facts.
Okay, well that's the problem. Base your
But
thing
by
on
definition,
actual facts.
by definition,
I know
it's
what
something
the word
that
means.
doesn't necessarily. It needs to be proven.
Now, with actual understanding of how the game is played and the consequences of what happens if you don't do things the right way, go ahead and base your answers
Nathan,
on
but this
whatever
is very
logic you can
simple,
think
man.
of.
This is very simple. Pioli
Is it?
came. Yeah, it is. You just need to listen because at least I clarify things very well. When Pioli came,
I'm pretty sure we all did.
you're welcome. I have my doubts. So when Pioli came, he lost the first. He lost the first match, drew the other one, and then lost 4 in a row. Right when he came. So if you would have done me this question back then, I would have told you. If I was like you, I would have told you, no, Pioli doesn't do anything. He's really bad, yada, yada, yada. But if you, for example, was really smart like someone else, you would have told me, I don't know, man. It's too early to say because who knows? Maybe Pioli
But
in a season is gonna win the Scudetto, and we are gonna compare him to some other coach like Fonseca.
But Pioli was already better than this guy when Pioli joined Milan the first time. Like
No,
already.
but we were
better.
losing. But we were losing.
No, aside him, even if he went to another team, Pioli is the better coach, and that's what it seems
Way
clear.
better.
It just seems clear.
No, but Roy, but Pioli was the coach that got sacked by Inter, by Fiorentina.
Hey, Fonseca got sacked by
we're
Roma.
talking about.
Fonseca got sacked by Roma.
Yeah.
You think Fonseca wouldn't get sacked by? What do you think is going to happen to Fonseca if he continues like this?
He's going to get sacked. But what happens if he pulls a Pioli? That's the real question.
Well, Pioli had a backbone, which that backbone was Maldini Massara, who went against the ownership and said, no, we need to bring in people like Ibrahimovic and Kjaer, and they're going to change things. They went against the owner. They went against what the Elliott wanted to do, the Moneyball thing. And when you have some backbone, all of a sudden you get results. Who's going to be Fonseca's backbone now? There is no backbone.
What are we even talking about? Like, you can't compare Pioli to Fonseca. Like, no other Fonseca is not even a coach. Like, even before Milan, what did he do? No other coach will do what Fonseca did with Milan the first 3 games. What is that? Like, I'm talking about playing Parma and Torino. Forget about even Lazio.
Technically, Torino is the second in Serie A right now.
I don't care about that. I know what Torino is. And when Pioli started, he literally started mid-season and took a fucking dumb team, like a garbage team that, like, he literally took after Gianpaolo. Fonseca had like almost 2-3 months to prepare the team.
Yeah, Pioli came in. Pioli didn't come in the summer, right? He came in.
No, he came after Gianpaolo.
Yeah,
he came
okay.
not mid-season in October, I think.
Yeah, that makes it different for sure. Okay, listen, we got some questions here from the chat. Question: what would you do if you're Fonseca versus Venezia when you have a UCL match 2 days later? Wow, shit. Oh, wow, I didn't even know that. Really? Already?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, we have Liverpool.
I don't know. Only thing I know is that I would move to that 3 at the back right away. I would not wait. I would go to the 3 at the back. I think you have a perfect solution there. A tactical solution with 3 at the back, Gabbia in the middle, Pavlovic on the left, Tomori on the right. That is a trio that complements each other. Do that, and then have your fullbacks become the fifths. Go with the 2 midfielders, and then up top, you can even have 3 strikers up top. Obviously, someone is going to be sitting on the bench. Chukwueze, Okafor, Morata. There's some players that want to play but are going to be sitting on the bench the whole season if we go to 3. But that's what he needs to do if he wants to save the season. All right, who wants to go next?
Yeah, I started to agree with that, actually. I see the vision. Yeah.
Anybody else? What do you guys think? What should he do against Venezia? Also, irrespective to the game that comes later. Nathan?
What can you do? You have to play the best players you have, the best formation you have, and that's it. It's too early in the season to actually start making calculations. What? Are the players going to be tired? The season just started.
So you're talking about turnover. Don't worry about turnovers.
No. What turnover, man? You're 15th in the league. What turnover do you want to do? You play the starters 3 games in a row in a week. They have to do it.
Yeah, I agree. You play your strongest players for both games.
You have to.
And then the only problem is after the Liverpool game is the derby.
Gasperini was jumping. That was a funny one, yeah. He was.
But the only good thing is, even though the derbies after that, the players hopefully will be, already in the spirit to play another big game. Like, there won't be, the difference of playing a big team but then playing a small team. You don't have the same intensity.
But our players are going to shit the pants, man. It's not just a big team.
No.
It's
this team is just
the boogeyman. It's the boogeyman.
Team, John, they should be perfectly fine.
Yeah,
we have to win that game, guys. We have
you have amnesia, but in the Scudetto winning season, they shed on us, even though we won the second game. Both games, they were bad.
We have to be
a good team figures it out, John.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, it doesn't matter. The thing is that right now, Inter for us is the boogeyman. So, who's John Wick, man? Who knows, guys? Maybe John Wick is Fonseca. Who knows?
Inter's played in the Champions League too, so all of us are in the same boat as far as energies. Roy, what do you think about the Parma coach? I think whoever built Parma has done an amazing job. Even if today they lost, they played great. Both teams played great football today, and Napoli just has more quality at the end. But Parma, whoever fucking built that team, stand innovation, amazing job. That's what I've got to say about that. Question for Red John here. Do you trust this management? If you don't, then this means you don't trust their decisions on the coach and Mercato. If you do trust, then stop bitching on bad results. Wow. Damn.
Damn.
You gonna take that? You gonna take that line down?
The trusting them. I have not trust Elliot either. Me trusting the management or not, it does not matter. I am a Milan fan. I'm not the fan of the guy who owns Milan. It just so happens that in European football, the team is a separate entity from what actually owns the team or who owns the team. I was not a Berlusconi fan when we were winning. I was a Milan fan, even if Berlusconi was fucking underage girls. I was still a Milan fan, even though not necessarily a Berlusconi fan.
Well, how do you know he was fucking underage women, John? Were you there?
Because I have. I will not.
You're invited
I
to
will
those
not
parties.
disclose. I cannot disclose everything here, Nathan. So I would. I would. Yeah.
I mean to ask you. I apologize.
So this is the point. Like me being having faith in the management has no role. No, I don't have faith in a management that is here to sell the club to make profit. I wasn't there supporting Elliot when they were there. I don't have any different point of view with these guys who want to do the same thing. So I don't understand the question. I want the team to do well. I'm gonna bitch when the team doesn't win, and I'm gonna be here to celebrate with you when the team does good.
But you don't. You said that anything less than the Scudetto is a failure.
Exactly. And
So
Roy, wait, Roy, have I been consistent with that ever since I've been in this channel or not?
No, you haven't. You haven't.
What?
Because last year they didn't win the Scudetto, and you didn't.
And
say
I said
that,
it was a failure.
And you didn't say that Moncada and Forlani should be fired. I never heard
Red John,
because they are not getting fired, man. It doesn't matter.
They're not gonna get
I've
fired.
never heard you say that. You asked for Maldini's head.
No.
You asked for Maldini's
No,
head.
wrong.
Why aren't you asking for
I didn't.
Forlani's
Wait,
head?
I didn't ask for
Red
Maldini's head.
John went into hiding. He went into hiding last year, as a matter of fact.
Well, I'm sorry, Nathan, if I have a fucking life. I'm sorry if I have a life and I cannot be here hanging out with you every fucking night.
You, sir, ran away. That's all that fucking matters.
Okay, I ran away. Sure. I ran
You
away.
did not show
No.
your face at all.
I came here.
Roy, the only time John showed up was because
When
Chukwueze scored a fucking goal.
He should have.
And that was the
John
only
showed
time.
up 3 times.
But this is
John
not
showed
wrong,
up
man.
3 times. We can literally go.
Exactly. So
We
now
can
you
literally.
a fucking bitch ass thing this guy is saying
Yo,
he is
yo.
lying.
Bro,
We can
this is so
literally go
ridiculous.
through the archives,
Nah.
and whenever
This
John is there,
ridiculous.
you know that
Dude.
that day Chukwueze scored a goal.
Yeah,
Bro, this is
exactly.
listen. This is low. This is low even for Nathan, man. Fucking hell. Like, what are we talking about?
It's true.
I've
You know it's
literally, listen, last
it's
year, I've literally only come in the one game that Chukwueze scored, because he didn't score that many, to be honest. One game that Chukwueze scored, and like 4 or 5 times in games that we lost. And I've come here shitting on the management. But you guys, bro,
Last
fucking
year?
ridiculous.
Last year?
Last year, man.
That's a lot
No.
of BS.
I've literally.
Maybe Milan Lab, but not here. Not here.
No, but what Milan left? Listen. I've literally come all the games that we lost, and the best part is that you will complain that I was disappearing, yada yada, and I would say, and I would always say, I'm coming when we lose, man. Like, what the fuck more do you want from me? I'm literally coming when we are losing.
We didn't even know you. We didn't know. We thought you like left the chat at a certain point, dude.
Yeah.
You did not.
What?
You would
Because I
completely
have a
disappear.
life,
You
Roy. I have
only.
a real life.
Wow, right.
IRL.
But
Okay.
you only showed up when Chukwueze scored. Dude. That is
Oh my
a
God.
fact.
Sure.
We have the archives. We have a
100%
receipt.
facts.
We have a receipt.
This is ridiculous. No, you don't. Please find the archives.
Right there. I'll be interested.
I've never seen the lies just pile up from Red John so
But
quickly.
this is incredible because I remember plenty of times that you would complain about me disappearing and then me saying literally that I'm here because we lost. So what the fuck are you guys talking about? And this
I
is
don't
low,
remember.
even for you, Nathan. This is
I
low.
don't remember this. I don't remember any of this.
I don't
That's all
remember
I'm
this
saying.
either. I only remember John showing up when Chukwueze scored, and that was it.
But all I gotta say is that at least I am consistent. If we don't win a trophy, it's a failure. And I've said
right.
this even when
Okay.
we were fighting for top four. First of all, and second of all, I've been consistent in cheating an ownership that is here to make money. Because
Okay.
this is not what football is
So
for.
this is my
Consistent.
question to you, and then
I should actually change my name to Mr.
how
Consistency.
come?
'Cause
How
fucking hell.
come you love to point out the fact that Maldini failed when he didn't win the Scudetto, and you wanted his head on a pike? But how come? Why does Furlani Moncada get a pass? Why do they get a pass?
First of all,
Since
to make
hold on, and your metric is the Scudetto. So don't give me second, fifth, fourth, first. You said it yourself.
yeah,
Scudetto.
and for me, it's a failure when you don't win the Scudetto. Now, regarding Maldini, it's a matter of the ownership, my man. I've been here saying that it's the guy who owns the club, a fan of which I'm not. He's the guy who makes the decisions, sadly. It's not me. If it was me, we would be Real Madrid. We wouldn't be what we are right now. If it was me, Mbappe would play at Milan, not at Real Madrid. But sadly, it's a guy who's here to make money. And he's the guy who takes the decisions. So if Maldini is gone, I'm still a Milan fan. I'm not a Maldini fan. I am a Maldini fan as long as Maldini is
This
something
is a very sus
for me.
answer.
No, this is the answer.
This is very sus.
No, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with what he said.
Say.
What? Say it again?
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with what you're saying. I think you're right in what you mostly say. I think you're very simple. You celebrate when the team wins, and you're angry when the team loses. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple Jack.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Simple Jack? Yeah.
Simple done.
I love you. That's fucking Red John right now. God damn it.
What's
you know who Simple Jack is?
No idea.
He
have
needs
you ever-
about Tropic Thunder, my boy.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder. You haven't
I
seen
haven't watched it. I haven't watched it because
Don't-
isn't
Red
that
John-
the Iron Man guy being black?
So who would you want to be the DS of Milan? Maldini was not good enough for you. Now, obviously, Furlani and Moncada not good enough. So
Like,
who
stop
do you want?
putting words into my mouth, bro. Like, what is this? I never said that Maldini was not good enough for me. That being said,
That's what I heard. That's basically what I heard.
that being said, I never treated Maldini like he was God, man, because you guys made it like he was God. Meanwhile, a human being in Marotta dominated the league. So it's not like Maldini was God. Maldini was doing a really good job, and I was here crying with you when Maldini got sacked, by the way. But
You have to move on.
what do you want me to tell you? Like the name of a DS? I don't fucking know, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
But
Give me
I
Marotta.
do.
I don't fucking know.
You want Morocco? Okay. All right.
Give me a DS that has won and he's good at making projects. I don't know. Whatever. I'm a Milan fan, man. I'm not a like I don't get paid to look at random middle-aged dudes who find players. I don't know.
First, John, you were saying some really sus things. First, you're saying you knew Berlusconi fucked underage kids.
Whoa.
Looking at middle-aged men. You need to decide what your preference is
get
and
it.
just stick to it.
Bruh. Nathan is on fire today, though. I gotta say, fucking hell.
That's what happens when you pay attention.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Craziness. All right, listen, guys, we're going into 3 hours, so we're going to start to wind down here. Any other things that anybody wants to bring up?
Nothing from my side. I'm going back to sleep now. Not back, but I'm going to sleep at least 2:30 a.m. here.
2:30 a.m. Yeah, so now what's next? We got the international break, so no Milan. If anybody's interested, the U19 Italy team has a lot of Milan players called up. They got 6 players: Camarda, Sia, Magni, Bartesaghi, Liberali, and someone else, Sala. So U19 is going to be playing. It's going to be televised. If you want to follow the Milan players, you can do that. As far as Antonali is back in the national team, if anybody cares. And yeah. Anybody else anything want to say? Ray, Maldino, Abdi, Nathan, any closing words?
For those who
See you
have
guys
not
next time.
voted yet, for those who have not
All right,
voted yet,
later,
make
brother.
sure you sign
Have
the
a good
poll.
one.
Make sure you sign the poll for Milan and Inter to merge.
Oh no. Absolutely not. No. Abdi, any last words?
Nah, not for today. It's been horrible.
All right. Hey, maybe I think we're going to do FIFA later. So we're going to be streaming later on with FIFA. But guys, thank you for joining the post match. Please click the like button. I forget to ask you guys, but when you get here, please click that like button, and yeah, let's keep on following this crazy journey that Milan is taking us into. So yeah, Forza Milan, but
Forza Milan.
Redbird, no bueno. Forza Milan, but Redbird, no bueno. Nathan, thank you, bro. I'll see you next
Yep.
time, man.
Yep.
All right. Have a good one, guys. Peace out. Bye.